another top four. So they've got 2 more tournaments to go before the major. Will we get another endpoint top 4? I'm not going to give you too much time to think about this. Instead, we're going to get straight into it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Whoa, you changed it.
Oh, look who that one
Shogun,
is.
I saw a little bit of this from Shogun.
I was, yeah, it was on there. I felt like I was in Gladiator for a second.
Oh man, it's just so tough. Like, what about Vitality SK Gaming? I could see them making a top 4, even though they're not even in the top 8 this time. Like, there's so many teams. It's just so hard to say top 4.
I think that's my biggest
wow.
problem. Like, because right now we don't have Vitality filling up one of those spots for this, and also like say SK as well.
Is this the most split question we've ever had?
Also,
wow.
Dignitas Semper both played each other in the quarters. I think they could both beat Endpoint. It's a tough one. Europe's still stacked.
And BDS knocked out EG as well.
It's like 50-50, holy
The
shit.
last time Endpoint made their final, though, back in full RLCS, it was that major where they then reached the top 4.
Yeah,
this is a momentum-based team that have been so firm. As long as we can remember, that's why they have such high highs and low lows, right? So if they...
I want to get rid of this whilst it's still, 50-50.
That was amazing.
Taking a look at today's matches. Later on, we are going to see BDS take the field against Dignitas, but before then, we have got Endpoint against Carmine Corp. Now, this is what they are all playing for today. They are trying to get themselves those all-important points, but more importantly, for now, you don't need to worry about that in the future. For now, you're looking for your chance to get into $30,000 worth of prize pool for you and your team. And for both these teams, especially a team like Endpoint, who I feel like haven't been quite as proven over the last year or so, this is huge for them, Stumpy.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that this is the first event, and some of these teams have not done as well in previous events to get to here. Look at that money that they can earn just from getting into. They're already at the $8,500 mark. That is such a good start to the season. Even getting through to the quarterfinals, you're looking at $4,000. It's a brilliant position to be in for all of these teams. And especially when you look at ones that don't get here frequently. It's a great payday, and it's also inspiring
What up, my dude?
Time and time again.
Yeah, so as you can all see, we've got ourselves 2 semifinals going into a best of set with best of 7 in
Let's
those.
go Dignitas.
So you got to win 2 best of 7s in order to win the entire tournament. So there's a lot of work to do. I mean, you had to get through qualifiers.
Let me pause this real quick.
You have to do Swiss.
I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here. Bada boom. We're looking at Dignitas versus BDS right now, and NCEX versus K Corp. I'm going for K Corp and Dignitas. I want to see those two face it off at the end. Yeah, I know your fucking wrist still hurts. How was your accident? Sure, that was fun.
Over Friday, whoever wins this is going to be very, very worthy of doing so. So this is the order of matches that we're playing today, as we can just try and confirm this later on.
I'm kind of fucking tired.
But for now, for now, we've got it's taking on Carmine Corp a little
Mega?
bit
What do you mean?
On today. So I really cannot wait for that one. We might not be necessarily on that, so can we get like some
What are you
quick
typing? It's not
predictions,
showing me.
out for me. I'm gonna go from Stumpy, like across over to Johnny.
Is it inappropriate?
Oh, well, me and Cole are commentating it.
Alright,
so
bet. Sounds good, bro.
But I don't know what they're planning to do, but not.
K Corp and Dignitas is what I want to see.
This is going to be, I think, their biggest test so far. Because Carmine Corp are the team that
Semi-finals.
is the next hot team behind BDN in amongst Vitalities. I think that Carmine Corp yesterday looked okay. I think they looked much better, and I think that Williams Resolve had a huge right in taking that full reverse sweep to go through and actually come to the semi-finals. Carmine Corp needs to do a lot better than yesterday to beat what I would consider one of the best performances we have ever seen out of Endpoint. So if they're going to meet somewhere in the middle,
Doing
it's
some
gonna be
reactions.
binary. If either of these teams has a
How you
slight
doing, Luna?
advantage, then I would probably say Carmine Corp, just because they have shown the precedent that they can hit previously.
Go.
For that second one, I'm going to probably go with Carmine Corp as well. I just think that Endpoint CX, they do tend to struggle against teams featuring Astral in particular. They've lost the last 7 or 8 competitive games against teams featuring him. That's Oxygen and now Carmine as well. If they can do it, it would be a fantastic story. For me, it's Carmine Shogi.
Johnny?
Yeah, same for me. I back KC. I'm really impressed with Endpoint. Didn't expect them to make it to the semis. They've done it. But just like yesterday, you know, I'm taking KC to win this, but I do think it's going to be competitive, just like the.
How you doing, Luna?
Series.
Well, for now, we've got to look towards our first match. It's BDS taking to the field, looking for their
I do love that
redemption,
BDS car. That looks
place
sick.
in a season
But
that they
Dignitas all the
dominated
way.
Last time about. They're taking on
Let's go,
Dignitas,
Dig.
a team that has been resurgent, looking to try and recapture a legacy that they have left in the last few years. We've
Thank
got
you,
a
appreciate
big,
it.
big
I'm
matchup
doing
between
good.
these two teams. And for
Just
me,
enjoying some
Johnny,
Rocket League content.
Dignitas are scary because despite the fact that we don't necessarily feel like they've peaked, they've been getting better and better.
Yeah, they did perform their best game yesterday in Game 7 when it mattered most. So Dignitas have definitely got the ice. They've got the ability to play under pressure.
Pretty
The
okay.
question mark is
Why
you know,
just
whether
okay?
they're going to be able to do that fast enough, because we've seen BDS just run over teams and just completely run away with the series, like we saw yesterday. EG just could not come back against them once BDS got that.
Yeah, but that's
game
Semper.
rolling.
Semper's never been that
Yeah,
great.
I personally, I back Dignitas to maybe win. I think they're going to win one of these events
go
at some point
Dignitas.
this year. I don't think it's this one. I think BDS is like way too good this event, and Dignitas, they're making it this far and without even playing at their best, which is impressive. But they'd have to play at their best if they're going to have a chance against BDS.
I think it was Jack yesterday who said he feels they're playing at about 80% of what they can hit.
Yeah.
And that is such an exciting thing to hear from him as well. Where
Why
he said
just
previously
okay?
He is a ones and twos player and is learning threes. He doesn't know everything about it yet. Throughout the season, he's only going to get better. And along with Scrub and Warriors, I agree with Johnny. They're going to win one of these regionals.
We're going to get our thoughts as to who we are going to put our predictions on in just a moment, but we want to hear who you guys at home think is going to take. Yeah, I'm not expecting this to be the 50-50 that we got in the Yay or Nay segment, but we'll see just how close this
Dignitas,
will
come
end
on,
up
come
being.
on, everybody, vote
Yes,
Dignitas.
Hashtag dig for who you think is going to win this best of 7 and book their spot in the grand finals. But it's
Yo,
not
if
time
Dig
for
doesn't
us
win,
to
I'm gonna
put down
cry.
Who we think is going to take this. I kind of think that we all know where this is going to be, but Cole, we're going to kick off with you on this one. Where do you want to put down your marker?
It would be a brave man to go against BDS here, and I am not that brave, unfortunately, for any Dignitas fans. I do think, excuse me, that BDS, they'll concede a couple of games here. Dignitas are too good to be swept, in my opinion, even by BDS at this level, but I think BDS will just have too much, straight up, so I'll go 4-2 BDS.
Johnny, we'll go for you.
Yeah, I think BDS as well. Like I said before, I reckon Dignitas are going to be one of the teams that will get top 5 this split, and throughout the season, they're going to be one of the biggest competition. They're going to, have the most against BDS, maybe again compared to any team except maybe KC. But today, yeah, BDS just looked like they're on fire once again this event. And Dignitas with a slow start yesterday, not going to have a chance, I reckon. This I think will be the more one-sided of the semi-finals, actually.
All right, Stumpy, are we going to get our first Predicty Goblin prediction of the year?
I'm really tempted, but no. I don't think you can argue
Wow.
against a 96% championship Sunday win rate that BDS are currently rocking. Although Dignitas did take down
Why just
Senate
okay,
Claus,
Luna?
who did
What's
earlier
going
on
on?
in the Swiss, beat BDS to get through. I don't think this is their one. I think BDS before versus EG really
Man,
tough.
none of them are going
If we
Dignitas.
were- stats can be used in different ways here, and what I want to point out is that BDS have now lost 2 championship best of 7s in a row coming into this. So I'm going to go with Dignitas. I'm going
Let's
to
go!
on this one.
Okay.
Let's
I
fucking
want,
go.
I want this. If no one else is going to take it, I'm going to.
Predicty
I think
Goblin.
Dignitas. Okay, we'll figure out something that really works with this one. If you've got any ideas, hashtag RLCS if you think you've got a good little pun name for me or any of the lads over on the desk. I'll tell you what, that is
Let's go.
way more
In favor of
than
Dignitas.
This was going to be.
51% Dignitas, 49% BDS.
They're
We
a
have
popular
a
team.
producer come in and go,
Popular
no, that's
team.
actually accurate, lads.
Yeah,
Like,
that is right.
That is.
Wow.
I'm not that surprised. I'm not that
Dignitas.
surprised. I'll tell you-
Apparently, I've taken the majority decision here, but we'll see now who can take the majority of this best of 7. It is now time to
Let's
get into
go.
our first semi-finals. Who will be the first team to secure one of those all-important grand final spots? It's BDS versus Dignitas, and bringing you the action is Turtle and Jorby.
In all of RLCSX, Team BDS were the squad to beat in Europe. Dignitas going to try to shake things up a little bit in the first regional back. Turtle, the European Open has had a lot of surprises. Dignitas, with this new roster with Scrub Killa, are one of them.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
absolutely.
that's not a good
And
kickoff
I'm
start,
actually really
boys.
surprised by that fan vote. You can see that it's pretty split.
Woo!
Dignitas have a lot of
Good
supporters
50.
backing this new roster, even against BDS, a team that you have to give the edge to in this matchup just because of their history.
Oh, Dig is looking
the
good.
results in the previous season, making it to so many grand finals. Meanwhile, on the other side, you've got
Dig is looking
Dignitas,
really good
who,
right now.
with their old roster in RLCS failed to even make a grand finals in an RLCS event. So they're trying to change that
Yeah,
pattern
thirst that boost,
and
boys.
hopefully start anew here with that roster.
Yeah, I think they found a squad that
Good
they
play.
can really gel with Scrub Killer.
Oh, yeah.
And Scrub already off the ceiling. He's got
We're gonna
Jack on
go.
the wings, taken away by Extra.
I love Scrub.
You know, BDS, they had a
Such
couple
a good
of
player.
scares this weekend, but nothing too crazy. A couple of game fives.
Ooh,
in
that's some
Swiss.
nice placement.
One against a team that didn't even qualify, and another against Semper, who we saw play Dignitas yesterday.
Yeah, and that was a fantastic series in my opinion.
Oh, this is it?
The perfect amount of chaos,
He
the
wasn't
perfect
set up
amount
right.
of question marks all over
Close.
the pitch because there were some weird goals that slipped in, but then in Game 7 you got a nail biter of
decent
a
challenge.
game where Jory.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
To start things off, though, it's extra
Come on, man.
Team BDS, and he took this all the way from his own half, Jory.
Scrub Killer went up for the 50 and just couldn't find the angle. Extra sailed right past him in midfield, and BDS get the first goal just like that.
Man, that's such an awkward goal because
Joer,
it was
what are
on
you doing,
Joyce's,
bro?
Perspective, and he actually backflipped in the net as soon as he saw Scrub Killer go up. It was a bit of a double commit early on, but Jorius assumed and had faith in Scrub Killer getting that 50-50 or at least a touch, but instead Extra just blazed right by him.
Yes, Hunter, that's what I look like.
First one for BDS and a slow start for Dignitas, which I'd have to agree with Johnny in the pre-show what he said. It's a slower approach here from Dignitas. It took him a while to get warmed up in the last series that we saw.
Good
from
50,
them,
good
but
50. Come on,
BDS,
go up for that,
they're
George.
always ready to go in that first game.
Should have went after
Nice
that way
little flip
sooner.
here from Monkey Moon. He's got a one-on-one against Jack. Shot and taken away. Extra kicks this one out, but Scrub Killer's there.
Come on, Scrub.
Is already downfield. He's
Woo!
gonna continue the push.
Good bench, guys.
BDS not willing to give up a
Thanks,
free
Hunter.
one. That one taken away by Monkey Moon.
Okay,
Dignitas
Jor,
gonna have to try again
redeem
for
yourself.
their own third. BDS another 50.
Oh,
Jor
you
gets
just double
by
committed
again
on
after
that.
a double from Scrub Killer.
Big demo there from Mark by
Nice,
8.
Jack.
Cutting the rotation out. Monkey Moon now has some space in the midfield, and we're going to have to see what we get out of Scrub Killer in particular. A lot of people had questions about him and his performance yesterday, whether
Good
you
play,
thought it
but
was a
there's
great
nobody
one,
back.
You know, solid. He was more physical. We didn't see his name pop up on the screen too much. Was the lowest goals per game, in that series
Nice dig.
against Semper. So I think if he gets more involved, and hold on a second, you saw him going for that dribble.
Hurry
He gotta
up
get
and
more
hit
involved in the
those.
offense. I think
Come
we'll
on,
see a
George.
Dignitas that can really put up a fight against BDS.
I like the ideas from Dignitas on offense. Where Jack gets over
Good
Extra.
play.
Scrub Killer has to contend with Monkey Moon. He's difficult for anyone in Europe to deal with. Jorius can't get by Monkey Moon either, and Jack's forced to stop the attack at midfield.
How you
Scrub Killer
doing,
can
Hunter?
Get back to it in the corner.
It's been a minute,
But
bro.
Dignitas having a lot of trouble, Turtle, getting to the blue half, if you will, despite outshooting BDS. BDS in square control of the game, 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we've only seen a lot of
Ooh, that's it.
I'd
That's
say
it.
half-field
Right there, Jack.
shots here from
Come on,
Dignitas,
place it.
But Abjack going for a shot there early on doesn't end up falling in, and the defense from BDS has been very
Good
strong.
pass.
They're finding the clears. They're getting up in time. Monkey Moon early challenge there.
Rob their boost. Good
Blocking
job.
out any attempt from Dignitas to even go towards their net. They're so quick to get up to this ball, Jorby.
Ooh, nice,
Another
Jack.
one
That was
extra
close.
launches it downfield. That's a perfect clear. Dignitas gonna try again. It's just been.
Oh, you're gonna
fine.
whip
Clear
it
back
like
to the
that,
orange
bro?
half.
Oh,
Let's
good
rip
pass,
another one.
though.
Clear back to
Yeah.
the orange half. Let's try again. Nothing has really
More
worked yet
Destiny
for
2,
Dig.
huh?
And they tried a couple of things. They
Still
tried some
on it.
fakes, They tried some infield
Good.
That could
passes.
be it. Nope.
It's a decent
Over
grind.
defended, just like that. Mark gets in the way this time. Extra continues the push. Monkey moves in the air. On target.
Woo!
Taken away.
What a
light
save.
bouncer. Jory has got in front of it and keep Dignitas within one.
Oh man, we've seen a lot of double commits here from Dignitas.
Yeah, it's been bad.
It's gonna ruin a lot of their counterattacks. If you have one double commit, it might not result in a punishing goal towards your own end, but you're slower on the approach to get on offense.
Nice, Jack.
Apparently, Jack now maybe a pass to Joris. This could be it, but it's saved by Monkey Moon. The rotation hasn't broken for BDS, and Abjack landed on that ball. It was going out into the midfield for Scrub. That could have been their chance. 25 seconds left, Jory. They need something.
And Scrub was in a tough spot. He still only has 15 boost. He's got to wait for this shot, but he picks the save up. Dignitas, they've done well enough to keep the scoreline within 1, but at the end
Come
of
on, guys.
regulation, they
You're
need a
double
little bit
committing
more.
too much.
Off the corner, Extra. Keeps the ball away, right into Monkey Moon's bumper. Monkey Moon underneath, taken away
Come on,
by
Dig.
Scrub. Can Dig keep it in the air in game 1? Well, Mark gives Jack a chance.
Oh,
Jack
go.
on the catch. He's got Jorias on the wing. Extra blocks him out. Scrub's got no boost. Game 1. Go.
Team BDS got the
That's
first
the
game.
ridiculous. A game 1 that looks so
Come on,
close,
Dignitas.
but in the grand scheme of things,
Take it
or
up.
in the grand scheme of things, you can see that BDS, they were confident the entire game, Jorby. They had so much possession, even when they were forced back on defense and on their back foot. It didn't seem too threatening from Dignitas, and that's something that I wanted to point out was Dignitas were taking boosts. They were all over those corners trying to pick up the small pads, even the large boost pads they were stealing all the time, but it wasn't enough.
Jor
to
is
break
completely
down
100% to blame for that
back
game.
wall. You need to get more creative on
Jor
the
was
shots if
most
you're
definitely
Dignitas.
not MVP.
And then when they did have a chance, like in the corners, you saw them get tied up with each other, or Scrub with lower 0 boost in the second man spot, thinking he's gonna get the push, but then a touch from apparently Jack basically takes him out of the play. The Dignitas also getting in their own way, and I mean BDS, they're just so clean on defense. Like even the one really good shot that they did have that came from the sidewall was blocked by Monkey Moon. So they need to, it's back in the lab, Turtle, for Forbidden Temple. Dignitas, the best thing I think you can say is that at least BDS weren't able to run up the goals on them.
Exactly.
And they look pretty good moving down the field regardless.
It looks clean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see less double commits though. That's the only thing that's really starting to bug me here about this defensive performance from Dignitas. If they can clean things up a little bit, get more organized, then you can
Good
get
play,
a quicker
guys.
counterattack and move down the field because you have to be speedy. BDS, the rotations are near flawless, even if they don't have any looking at the stats from BDS's matchup
Someone's gotta go up for that.
against EG, and it seemed like EG took more boost, and I think statistically they did throughout the entire 4 games. But BDS were still confident and in the driver's seat the entire series long with that sweep. So if they don't have boost, they're still going to make things work.
It's funny
Jack.
because looking back at some of BDS's games this weekend,
It's a good thing
I
you're
felt like it
back.
wasn't just Evil Geniuses that were able to run up the boost totals on them, but BDS are just so good at being in the right spot,
Right.
being judicious with how they use their boost, and their touches are always.
This is not looking
Yeah,
good for
Monkey Moon gets a double
Dignitas
down,
right
so
now.
there you go. Dignitas got nothing. You need more than 1 or 2 aspects of the game to go your way to beat BDS. You need every aspect of the game to go your way to beat this team.
But the thing of it is, Jorby, Dignitas, they've got a special little aspect, and that's Jorius on the 1v1s. If that man gets behind the ball and he's got some space to work with, it doesn't matter who's in front of him. He is probably going to make a 1v1 play and get past you. BDS, of course, have a great defense, but still, Jorius, one of the best 1v1 players
Come on,
in
you
the
can
world.
put that in
You've got
apparently.
He's got this
Sure,
one. Couldn't
fuck
find the range.
off.
It's there, light shot, and another double commit. Just on the last push, Dignitas got tied up with each other as second and third man. And then they have to do a full retreat back to their own half. They can't keep doing that against BDS. Otherwise, Extra's going to punish them. 1-0 BDS.
Oh, come on, Jor. Stop.
On defense, Jack jumps up. Scrub Killer is also in the air. None of them can connect, and Extra's there to punish.
It's just those free transitions from BDS on their own half. They can't let that ball come off for free. It started off so well. Jorius got the touch in the corner, steals the boost out. Apparently Jack was a light shot, but Scrub Killer was also right behind him. And BDS just get a free counter. Dignitas.
Jor! Fucking stop!
All 3 players in Dignitas were
God
forward. Nobody went for the
damn
ball,
it,
seems
Jor!
And this is what
I'm about to lose my
Dignitas
fucking
have that
shit.
foundation. It seems like they know the plan they're going for, but they can't execute.
Back to their
Yeah,
half
it's
again.
because of fucking Jor fucking up the entire rotation.
The full tank of boost, marked by 8, takes it away. Jorius next.
What are you,
up.
fucking
Monkey Moon
flat?
Stuffs him
Don't
and
know
gets it back to
rotation?
Extra, double, triple. Oh, Extra, 2-0.
Yeah, it's going very one-sided.
Can you ask
I think
for
Dig's gonna lose.
Extra? A nice little back
I don't
pass
even have
there
much
from
faith right now.
Extra just follows this one up so beautifully. It was picture perfect off the
What is this? Is
backboard,
this a regular
3
fucking
touches
comp
in.
game to you guys?
My goodness.
Get your heads out of your asses.
BDS getting flashy here on Forbidden Temple. Apparently Jack gets
Oh, there it
one.
is.
Let's go, Jack!
Jack puts them up 2-1, splitting the lead in half.
And this is the best way you can start off scoring here for Dignitas. It's off of a solo play from Jack, but it was a banger of a
Let's
shot.
go,
That's
Jack.
gonna put so much momentum on your side, regardless of the score line. Dignitas, that could be the goal that changes the momentum and gives them a little bit of energy.
Oh,
Scrub gets right back down for that save. Dignitas trying to carry that momentum back to the blue half. How are they going to attack it? They're going to wait for Extra, Scrub Killer. Extra flies right by 2 defenders. Stuffs Jorias, and he can't get back to the ball. Monkey Moon pinches it aside, and Jorias will be able to clear it back to midfield, but I mean, BDS get right back to the orange half despite a few clear attempts here from Dignitas. They get one more crack at it. They're by Monkey Moon, but Mark Bayet is there to clean up.
Really clean defense, though, from the past minute out of Dignitas, using each other to get that clear, nice passing in their own end. And we'll see Jack with the carry out into midfield. Jorias is so quick to get up to that one, but Extra had him read by a mile. Monkey Moon doesn't connect, and we've got a bit of a back and forth here, Jorby. Nobody can hold possession for too long. Both teams feeling each other out.
Scrub another touch. It's going to be to nobody. Mark Bayet's there to cover it up.
Jor, what are you even on the field for?
Monkey Moon demoed on his way back to the ball. Here's Scrub Killer. He got the catch. He's out of boost. Jorias was up there as well. Now Jack's left all alone.
Jor, I'm about to
Look at
lose
Mark
my
Bayet.
fucking shit
Monkey
with
Moon's
you,
pass,
bud.
He cuts it out, but it's right down. Jorias kicks up the save. Mark Bayet.
I'll give him that. That was a nice save, but Jor, you are double committing where you don't fucking need
That
to
was a
be.
scary situation for Dignitas. Happy to keep the scoreline within 1.
Especially for Scrub Killer. He had 14 boosts going into that challenge, but still got the dunk and still has 0 boost here, but he passes it off to Jorias, where Monkey Moon manages to find the save. A crucial touch to keep them alive and keep Dignitas off their backs for a little bit, but
Jor's playing very
not
fucking
for too long
selfish right
because
now.
The pressure is still on.
Monkey Moon collected his corner boost, so he's got a full tank for this. Extra downfield. Monkey Moon put off target, and Jack
Alright,
attempting to
Alright,
clear this
Dig.
out for Dig.
It's looking
Dignitas
good right
again
now.
In the same situation as they were on DFH. 1 goal to go. 30 seconds left.
Someone
Can they
dropped
tie
that.
it up this
Nice.
time on Forbidden Temple? Scrub.
Oh, nice pass.
Dump out to Jack, but Extra's there. And Jack knows it too. He's not going to commit to that. BDS have been able to stop a lot of their transitions.
Right.
Jack, no boost, tough touch. Scrub Killer, stuffed by Monkey Moon. Mark Bayet kicks it back out to the side. A time waster back for BDS. Jorias, another high touch. Extra's in the way. He puts it down. Scrub
Here we
Killer
go,
catch.
Scrub. What's he got?
Gets it underneath. It's
Scrub,
back
that
to the
was
corner.
not the
Scrub
appropriate
sends it
play
back
right
up
there,
against
bro. You
the
should have put that
backboard,
bitch
and
up.
Monkey Moon carefully carries it back to the third. Scrub Killer got the catch. Jack is there. He pops it up. Joria's last man back for Dig.
Good luck.
As he pushes
Hey.
forward, it's up in front, but taken away. And Team BDS up 2-0 in the second.
A beautiful effort there.
Aw,
They
Luna.
keep it up.
Hello.
Looks promising, but in the end, they
Hello,
couldn't do
Luna.
anything towards the other end on BDS.
Luna, are those
Some
bits?
drills back and
Did you
forth,
just-
but
did you
overall,
send some
Jordan,
biddies
this
my
has
way?
been relatively one-sided. I think that one goal here from Jack really sparked a lot of confidence moving forward, but even then, I'm looking back. There was about a minute.
I'm on my
left,
phone, so I
and
can't really
remember
see if
that-
you send me
that
biddies
pass
or
that
not.
Came across to Jack, Jordan,
Or like any
when he
donuts.
decided to go back instead of take the risk and move forward. I think in that situation, you've got to be more aggressive. I want to see Dignitas, and more specifically Jack, in situations like that, take the risk because you need every opportunity you can get right now against BDS.
Yeah, but that's kind of
I absolutely
Dig's
agree with
fucking
you.
loss
Dignitas
right now.
have
Is
to
they're
take more
taking
risks.
way
You
too many
understand that
risks.
Not wanting
Yeah,
to give
it makes
BDS a
sense.
multi-goal lead. It's difficult, but look, BDS, they're always in the lead. The last time
Oh, yeah.
that they were behind was literally in the first game of Swiss this Friday. They have played over 38 minutes of gameplay in the lead. So BDS don't really know what it's like to be behind this weekend.
No, they
It
don't.
hasn't worked. They scored first in their last 8 games this week.
Aw, Luna.
They've been
Thank
clutch.
you.
They've been Team BDS.
You're amazing,
Well, they're on
Luna.
fire, and this is what I love about BDS is the shape-shifting playstyle. I always mention it whenever I
Loves
talk
and
about them. They can
kisses.
pretty much fit the mold of any style they need to, depending
Really
on the team
appreciate
they're
it,
going
Luna.
up against. And while we haven't seen too many demos from Monkey Moon, you got to think back to the last series.
They're
we
actually
saw them
amazing.
against EG, where he was getting aggressive. He was scoring frequently, 1.5 goals per game. He was getting aggressive, like I talked about. And all 3 players as well from BDS against EG were averaging the same amount of assists. So it's like everybody can get involved.
That was so
Everybody can
close.
create opportunities. Now the question is, how does Dignitas fight through that and break down that defense? Because I don't think you can stop the offense.
It's tough. And they really need to find a way to generate space. They might get some here. Jorius calls off Scrub Kill on the play. Jack has the shot, but Monkey Moon had it red. Extra hops in front of it. Scrub Kill tries to shake him off the ball. Jack misses the ball, and Monkey Moon gets a free clear.
Another awkward play from the defensive side out of Dignitas. It needs to be cleaner here against BDS. While they look promising on offense, there's been opportunities. The passing is certainly there. They're going for those connections in the BDS corners. But you need to be cleaner with your positioning. You can't be
They're
double
awesome,
committing.
though.
You can't be on top of each other, Jorby.
I do feel like Forbidden Temple was a little cleaner from Dignitas. Just gotta find a way to stay on offense a little more. Here's two balls.
Right here. Let's go. All
All
right, Jor. All right, Jor. I see you.
First trailing spot since round one Swiss.
Oh, and it's going to be from the aggression from Jack. He crashed the net, got a bump and a demo. Huge play there to dive across, and that's the risk I wanted to see. It didn't feel like we got that rotation in any other games, Joey, where they would take the risk, be a bit aggressive, and try to make
Another one.
on BDS's half. This one off the back.
Let's go.
It's the second goal in for Dignitas.
Let's fucking go, guys.
Extra, trying to get that touch and mark by 8, and uncharacteristic double commit from him gives Scrub Killer a free goal. And just a quick correction, Turtle. They played a double elimination in round 4 of Swiss. BDS did, so they weren't trailing since round 4 of Swiss, not round 1. A slight mistake, but an important distinction. Absolutely.
Oh, I almost slipped that one right in there.
Going to go in. The Dignitas passing game still has been strong. I have been impressed with this. They always go for those little connections. And you're right, Joby. It has been clean ever since I'd say the second half of Forbidden Temple. They started out strong here. 2 goals to nothing from BDS. I love the aggression. We'll just see if they have what it takes to keep that up here against BDS.
Mark's gonna get another chance downfield. Monkey Moon.
Oatmeal. It's been some time. How you doing?
Just gets bounced to the side. Extra the pass. Mark blocked. Dignitas. 3-point passing play.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness! What a pass! What a
Pick
shot!
up the save. He squeezes that ball out. Jack stuffs it in midfield. The Dignitas have another play here. Marked by 8. Puts it back up over to Monkey Moon. Scrub Killer gets there quickly. Does not want to give Monkey Moon any space with the ball. BDS. Nothing really here forming for them. A nice clear from Scrub.
Move that.
Still might be recovering from that double commit earlier. Trying to figure out
All right,
get
George.
back into rotation. Meanwhile, Dignitas have got this one covered and pretty much have it all figured out. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. I'd say you go for that same risky
All right, Dig, you're
approach,
doing
but
good. Just keep it
a
up.
little bit more cautious here. You don't want to obviously give any momentum to BDS. You're sitting comfortably at
Come on,
nice
boys.
2-0.
Right here.
Just gotta
Scrub, you're just gonna
keep
miss that?
defense clean on the orange half.
Yeah, I'm
Mark
gonna go
by
in.
8's a nice flick.
Yeah, it's
Jack
gonna go
gets
in.
it, but it's right back to Monkey Moon. Shot on target. Saved by
Good
Scrub.
fucking
Torres.
save,
Trying to
Scrub.
get that ball down
That was
quickly
nice.
to Jack. Marked by 8 cuts him off. But Dignitas looking a lot stronger on Manfield night. Extra puts that one aside, and Jory is
Not there.
collect the ball for Dignitas.
another double.
Oh, come
Jory
on,
is in a really tough
guys.
spot with no boost. Have to play it back to the corner.
They could still
Finds
take
the
this
reading
win
of
from you
Monkey
guys.
Moon.
Don't you
Marked
get
by
fucking
8.
comfortable.
Another catch, but that was a great return from Jory.
Shaquille
on
Oatmeal.
defense.
It's been a while,
He was
buddy.
stuck alone trying to
Definitely
figure out
missed
how to fend off this BDS offense, which is very difficult, especially after your teammates double commit. But hold on a second, Monkey Moon going for the bumps, marked by
Nice.
8 on the dribble, and Jorius another defensive play to keep them up 2-0.
While he's being harassed too, Monkey Moon really tried to make sure he couldn't get out of the net. Monkey Moon couldn't find the redirect either. Time running out for BDS on Manfield.
Yeah, if Dig doesn't win this, I'm actually gonna cry.
The shot count pretty even on
Good
both
save.
sides. 7 for BDS.
Back
6
up, go for that. Good
for
shots.
Dignitas.
Double commit,
Dignitas
but it's
still
alright.
stopping BDS in front of the box. Marked by 8, last back. He scoops this up. Jack there for the 50. Jorius kind of gave that one back to Jack a little bit, and Jack moves down the field, forces another double out of Mark by 8. That one's not going to lead to anything. He's just trying to protect the net.
Good play,
Extra
Jor.
stuffs by 1. But BDS
Nice.
still
Nice,
can't
nice,
find
nice.
a quality shot in front of the box. Here,
Nice,
it is.
nice, nice.
Denied by
Clear.
Jorius
No way that goes
in front of
in.
the box. Taken away by Scrub Killer. Jorius takes extra off the field, and Scrub Killer squeezes that out away from Monkey Moon.
On that demo from Jorius was huge. It allowed Scrub Killer to waste a little bit more time off the clock with that 50-50. And
Y'all
there's
are scaring
another
me putting
challenge
down mid
from
like
Scrub,
this.
But Jack doesn't push out.
Oh.
It's gonna be risky.
Oh.
against BDS.
Give credit where credit's
Really
due.
giving
That was
space to
fucking
be like this.
clean.
That's a great pass from Extra.
Give credit where
Mark
credit's
Wayne
due.
sees Boogie
DBS,
right
that
in the
was
middle of
fucking
the field,
clean.
and that is an S-tier passing play.
Oh, man.
3-man passing play from BDS. 10 seconds.
It's possible, Jordy. We've seen it before.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Oh, this might be it, actually. Extra gets the set, and it's put down, marked by 8. Slower than Jorius, and Jorius
Oh, that's got to be
safely
it.
puts that one down. Dignitas take Manfield 2-1 in the set.
Let's go, Dig. Keep this
For me,
momentum.
it felt like they did this off of those demos, the physical gameplay. It wasn't just on offense. Of course, we saw apparently Jack start things off with the physical game, going and taking out the goalkeeper, and I believe also got another bump involved. But I've seen a lot of rotational
Went
bumps
towards
and demos on Team
Dignitas
BDS.
again.
Whenever Dignitas are coming back into their own half, it's almost like they're just trying to relieve that pressure, take out a player, and allow whoever's behind the ball on their team to get a better challenge or a better clear. And it has relieved quite a lot of pressure, to be honest with you. Team BDS didn't feel nearly as threatening, while of course we saw this beautiful passing play from them. That's about it, Jorby.
In addition to the demos for Dignitas, I also felt like, we didn't see those double commits that we saw, especially on DFS.
Luna, what'd you do
on
today?
Temple, there was less of it. On Manfield, there was almost none of it, maybe once. And what happened? They were able to 50 every single ball. They didn't give BDS the full field to march downfield, forcing BDS to have to make a play to get by them. Ended up being successful for Dignitas. See if they can keep it up.
Yeah, and I think Jorius had a fantastic game. You talked about the double commits and how we barely saw any of it. I believe there was just one main double commit from Dignitas in that previous game, but even when it happened, Jorius was able to hold it down as the last man on defense. And
Good
the first
save.
goal almost going in favor of BDS. That one looked quite scary.
Why are we doubling?
Double commit there from Dignitas, or maybe a pinch attempt with their teammates doesn't work out, but you've got Jorius to hold things down.
Scrub lets that one fall. Extra punishes them. He just takes it himself. Scoring for BDS.
Now this is how you thread the needle. Look at the space given to Extra. He recognizes that he can get this off the backboard and still follow it up. Who goes for a dribble in that corner? I have no idea why you would, but it looked beautiful and it worked so well.
I don't think Extra expected.
Oh
or
my
Jack rather
gosh.
expected Scrub to let that ball fall down.
Can someone
And I
fucking
think
hit
it
the
put them in
ball?
an interesting spot on that wall. And Extra.
Oh, that's going in.
Extra saw it and he picked
It's going in.
What is
Holy
that first
shit.
touch, Jorby, from Extra? Whenever you go for a dribble there or a pass to yourself off the backboard when you're that low to the ground, it's really easy to have the ball roll up the sidewall.
That was
So that
close.
first touch has to be perfect, and of course from Extra it was.
Dignitas, another demo. Scrub Killer has Jorius. He nailed him, but off the crossbar. Jack next up. He can't get it on target. Jorius will steal that boost and try to keep BDS locked.
Who sent that pass? That was not a very good pass.
Tough spot. Extra also turned around. Here comes the shot. No, he missed the ball. Marked by 8. I wasn't sure if he got a tap on it. I don't think he did. And this one comes through off the box. Saved by Extra. Jack, another shot.
What is going
Taken
on?
away by Marked by 8.
Oh my goodness, no guy's clear.
BDS's
Oh.
box, and somehow Dignitas come away scoreless.
I don't know how they haven't gotten a single goal with how many shots we just saw from Dignitas, where all of them looked promising as could be. Right in front of the net, we even saw, I believe, a pre-jump attempt from apparently Jack, but then somebody from BDS in the backboard got a touch, threw everything off. Chaos from Dignitas, but at least they have those opportunities. They look like they can tie this one up.
Nice little high ball from Jorius. Extra, nice touch back to Mark by 8. BDS have been able to hang on to these 1-goal leads when they've had them against Dignitas. Kill more time here. Back to midfield. Scrub. Another 50 against Extra. Marked by 8, a little slower than Jack. Scrubs in the air for it, but Monkey Moon gets to it first. Still, it's a good position here for Dignitas. Scrub and good attempt at a 50. Monkey Moon squeezed it off of him.
Look at the dribbles from Extra. He's gotten a lot of space and he's recognizing it. That could be a change in the play style. I talked about how BDS like to swap things up a lot. Maybe going for dribbles is something they're trying to implement here a bit more.
Oh! Shit!
Enforce that, but hold on a second. On the other side, apparently Jack, a sneaky little touch to get this counterattack going.
Oh my god, what a reconnect.
That ball to come right back down. And
Skyrim? Fuck yeah. Oh,
by the time it's too late,
all
too
day.
far up. And
I'm
Jack
with
is going
Skyrim, let's do it.
downfield. A nice redirect for Jack. Nice game-tying goal for Dignitas. Definitely needed that, considering how the first 2 games of the step went. BDS hanging on to those 1-goal leads. No more. Marked by 8, gonna clear for Dignitas, or for BDS, excuse me.
That was a really strong clear to find Jack on the other side. Right at him. Bailey had to do a lot of the work there as another shot gets saved from BDS. Very strong defensive performance, but they're all 3 staying.
Look! Oh, come on! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Oh, nobody up. Nobody up. Just get back. Just get back. Don't worry about it. Just get back.
So many defenses
No!
under pressure.
No, 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 no.
Barely Jack gets the touch.
Come on, guys.
Dignitas did everything right.
Reform, reform.
Find the back of the net. And BDS made it impossible to do. Jorius hit it up against the backboard. He thought, okay, here comes the shot, but then BDS make the save.
I don't think there was any boost to go around for BDS either in that situation. That was ridiculous.
I'm on the edge of my fucking feet right now.
Jack gets another look at it. Dignitas had a lot more room to work with
Good save, Scrub.
on Utopia.
Good plays, good plays, good
Nice
plays.
clear from Jack. Extra force back. BDS, the ball's sailing by the third man a little more often than they probably like. They haven't let the ball go in yet, but it could be scary. Lucky Moon pulling off wide this time for a clear.
George, you are
That's
just
exactly
double
how
committing
apparently
too
Jack
fucking
was able to
much
get
right now.
that first goal here for Dignitas on the counterattack where that third man from BDS was pushed out a little bit too far. Could be a good strategy to keep going forward for Dignitas. That quick counterattack with a massive clear and somebody's cherry picking downfield.
Nice catch from Jack. Jack in front, tried to beat Mark to the ball. Mark shakes him off of it. And Dignitas, another clear.
Oh,
Jack
speed,
up
it's
first.
going down.
Get the second one. Mark by 8 gets there in time. 2 committed from BDS on the play. Scrub trying to protect the ball as Jorius retreats. And Jack also gets back in time. Dignitas, another chance here from their own corner. Monkey Move gets in front of him.
Oh!
Scrub killer.
Come
Pitches the
on.
ball back downfield. Jack next up. Mark by 8 gets in the way. Dignitas have anything. Nope, they're staying back. They see BDS have the lane. And Mark tries to stuff it.
Extra. Surprised he didn't go for a dribble there. We've seen him do it quite frequently. Final 10 seconds, marked by 8. A big clear downfield. Nobody else on his team is there, so he goes up forward instead. But Monkey Moon all the way back on defense. This one is soaring high. Maybe there's a chance, but no. Dignitas going to shove this one down and send us to overtime.
Overtime in game 4. Dignitas
It's not a good kickoff
trying
series.
to even the score. Or even
Why?
the set score, if you
Why
will.
did you bounce it
Jorius
off the
gets
wall
up
like that?
quickly, beating Mark by 8 to the ball. Nice another win from Jorius. Every time a player's trying to go up, get a solid touch on the ball, there's a card of an opposing color there, right there, to make it difficult. It has been a tight game.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for BDS. I mean, I think every single player right now is drenched in sweat because of how many shots and opportunities right in front of the net that Dignitas have taken.
Oh,
on
that
the
was-
BDS net, but hold on a second. It takes their own medicine as the counterattack almost went in for BDS. That was one quick clear.
Scrub,
and then a
scrub,
shot
scrub,
on
go for
net, barely wide.
That's so dangerous, especially as a defender. You know that rebound's coming, and the very next touch that comes could be barreling towards the top of the net. But here, Extra sends it up
Oh,
for Lucky.
double commit.
Big win. Scrub Kill is the only guy back. Scrub around the corner. Monkey
that's
Moon's
it.
him. Mark by 8 puts it
Sure.
in.
At what point do you decide, hey, maybe I should stop double committing?
Again, Monkey Moon soars past 2 players and then catches it flawlessly, sends it directly into the midfield. Team BDS from their own half take it all the way downfield, and they do it as a team.
One more to go for BDS.
Oh my
Dignitas
goodness.
have been here before. Timeout for Dignitas. They need it.
Of course, of course.
This is it. This is tournament life for them, and they'd love to make the statement to beat BDS to go to the grand finals. But a couple, like you pointed out, Turtle, a couple of miscues for Dignitas. I know.
What? He's yelling at his neighbors to keep it down. All right, he's in the gate. He's got something going on here. Okay, somebody's mowing the lawn. I don't know what's happening, but maybe just need a little bit of breath of fresh air here.
Where you going, Scrub? He needs to stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
Dig,
This
if
has
you don't
been
do something here, I swear.
chaos, Jorby. And Dignitas, they look fantastic. I don't want to count out Dignitas at all. There were so many attempts. They're just sitting in front of the BDS net. It's literally them with the entire net to shoot on, and they're just slightly off the mark.
A couple of those were crazy. Like they were bumping. They bumped a player. I think they bumped Mark on one of the plays in front of the box, but he ended up getting bumped.
Yeah,
into the
Luna,
save.
I'm with Skyrim for
Just
sure.
came barreling towards 3 BDS players that are all jumbled up in net. Some of them don't have any boost, and somehow you don't come away with a second goal. Regulation, it should have been Dignitas's for sure, Turtle.
Absolutely.
They had chances. They looked really good in that game. Just those little mistakes. BDS are gonna find them and get an easy air dribble pinch roll into Mark by 8.
That was 100% Dig's game. I think that it was stolen from BDS with that counterattack where Dignitas, you can tell they got eager. They sent 2 players in that OT, and we're gonna look at the replays here. I want everybody to pay attention, to the boost of BDS for a lot of these shots out of Dignitas, where there's not a lot of boost to go around out of BDS, but they still make things work. And it's ridiculous to see how efficient they are with that boost. And it doesn't matter if they're getting starved out, they will preserve it as best as they can.
Dignitas, one more chance at it. They went to the physical game at the start of that last game, and it seemed to be working well for them. Again, they just have to find the back of the net. Excuse me. You have to convert those chances against BDS. We head to Wasteland Night. One more game for Team BDS to get yet another Grand Finals appearance in Europe.
I don't know about you, Joey, but I'm surprised that we're on match point already. It does not feel like that. With how close Dignitas have been able to keep it, they're still facing a huge challenge of BDS on match point, which is a monster in and of itself.
Oh, mistouch from Extra couldn't give apparently Jack a chance. Jack off the wall, marked by 8, gets the save. But here comes Jory, is denied by Monkey Moon. Jack whipping quickly back around, shot on target taken away by marked by 8.
What was that touch?
Dignitas got to pull off here. Jory breaks up the pass. No, he doesn't break it up. Extra actually beats him to it. Jack just passes it to BDS.
Oh, it's a double commit again.
Oh, it definitely is. I've beaten that game like twice.
It has been lacking. It seemed like things started to stabilize a bit in games 3 and 4, but as we get more involved and more invested into this series, it's breaking down again.
Oh, Extra with the fake.
Oh!
Dignitas, come on.
Dignitas defense, 1-0.
He absolutely totaled the defense. One player faked out. Apparently, Jack has no choice but to jump up for that one, and Extra has the easiest shot of his life after destroying the
Dig's gonna lose. Dig's gonna lose.
Extra. And what a way to start off match point.
Jack challenged against Monkey Moon. And Extra gets another catch. He's been stellar all match long.
Why are we doubling up in those fucking corners?
Puts it back to the far side where
God, y'all are plats.
Get to it immediately.
What the fuck was
Having
that?
trouble handling that ball in the field. Apparently Jack just couldn't get a solid touch on it. Just trying to keep that from coming too quickly to his own half. Scrub Killer has some space. Jack kicks it way wide. He had the net. He had to avoid the defender. Here's a good shot.
Let's go.
Dignitas tie.
And regardless on if you can get the perfect touch in the midfield, so long as you keep looking for each other and utilizing your teammates like this, apparently Jack off the corner to Jorius, you will find opportunities. The gameplay has not been the cleanest, but Dignitas, they are still fighting for this grand final spot.
Tying it up quickly. Scrub Killer. No chance for him on midfield. He's going to take it from the
There we
center.
go.
Torres gives him a little bit of space. Jack on the wing side. Puts it back center. Monkey moves there for the clear. Majorius cuts him off. This is a good step for Dignitas. Jorius another 50. Monkey Moon scooped it off of him. Pass back to Monkey. Shot on! And it's off the post. Shot from Extra. Goal again. BDS 2-1.
Look at
Dig's
how
gonna
quick
lose.
BDS are to get this counterattack going. It's one pass from Mark by 8, finding Monkey Moon on the left side, and then a quick shot on net. Dignitas are nowhere near the position they need to be in to find a touch. BDS. It's these quick touches, quick passing.
George should have went up for that. That's a goal. Instant goal right fucking here.
Oh, Dig just can't win a 50. Jorius in front of the box. Monkey Moon's there. Scrub Killer trying to force it out. He got bumped out by Jorius. Jack's extra shot, excuse me, denied by apparently Jack. Jorius sees daylight, but Monkey Moon pulls down the shades. And again, BDS stuffing Dignitas's approach. Marked by 8, stuffing everybody on Dignitas by himself.
Go.
Extra is touched. Here we go for apparently Jack. He sees
There it
Jordan
is.
on the far side, denied by Mark by 8.
It's only one goal though, Jorby, regardless of the possession and what you're seeing. The pass didn't
Let's go!
come out, and this is what I was talking about. Apparently Jack giving out perfect passes, setting his teammates up for so much success in this game.
Mark has not had a very consistent series when it comes to double committing. I feel like every time Mark has doubled, it's led to a Dignitas goal. It's the 3rd time.
Well, Jack's just constantly in that position to get the pass out to his teammates, and he's going for the selfless route. It's really easy to go for shots in those situations, but he knows that the right play, the right setup, is to put that one out into the midfield.
Woo! Jack slips underneath Monkey Moon to get
Jack
the
is
save.
MVP for
Now with a full
Dignitas
tank
right
of
now.
boost, pushes down the field.
Let's go!
Dignitas takes
Jack
the
is a
lead.
fucking goat. Let's
Apparently,
fucking go.
Jack putting the team on his back. This time, instead of passing it, he does it by himself. The read off the backboard, the tight angle, but he still finds it. Dignitas reversed the script, and now they're in the lead.
There's one thing you can always count on from Dignitas, and is if they got the space, any one of these players can beat you with their mechanics. It was just an easy little double, but Jack, just that little bit of space is all the difference. Extra. Plays it off. Scrub Killer wins the first 50. Monkey Moon gets up there quick and really makes the approach difficult for Dignitas. How can they approach
Wait,
the net?
what's he
well,
got?
Here comes apparently Jack on the double mark by 8. Monkey Moon turns around.
Jor! Are you a fucking coward?
By the ball, but Extra gets a hard clear, cut off by Scrub Killer. Dignitas aren't done. Scrub empties the tank, but can't get the touch. Oh, BDS. They got caught out again.
Oh.
Still denied by Mark by 8. Jorius keeps this one close. He's only got 32. Mark by 8 sends it back to the side wall again. Extra wants a clear. He's going to get it. He's even going to get the 50.
No.
Monkey moves up there
You know it.
quickly. Here comes the shot. No,
The
just
back
caught.
four.
Mark by 8 squeezes in. Oh, Jack just got the touch. Jorius back down the field. Here he comes underneath. Jorius
Dead.
pops it against the wall. Scrub Killer's there. It's taken away by Monkey Moon.
Dorius also got that flip reset into a wave dash and bumped a defender. So even if you're not finding the goal, you're still disrupting the rotations out of Team BDS. But you have to be fearful of that quick counterattack. That's how BDS have caught you off guard. If you're Dignitas, you have to be careful of
Pass the
it.
Jack.
Apparently Jack, though, in a perfect spot, does get the position and the demo, still disrupting that BDS offense. And there's the final 10 seconds, Jorby.
Extra pushes it in front. Monkey Moon blocked by Jorius. BDS looking for that tying
The
goal.
backboard.
Off the back
Extra's
wall.
there.
Oh, the change up to Mark by 8. Creativity from BDS to tie it at 0.
Come on, guys. Fuck me. Ah! Rip my own fucking hair out right now.
On top of the ball, making it look
Y'all are
flashy.
just throwing it out the fucking window. See that window you were looking out? Fucking stupid ass scrub. Or Jack? Fucking Story got him thrown out the window.
That was such a brilliant change-up shot from Extra, putting it to the
Oh,
back
man.
side of the net. And like you said, Mark by 8 giving it the extra sauce. Monkey Moon
Oh man.
for the grand finals. Can he find it? Mark by 8. He's got a little bit of space. Pitches it high.
Oh,
He's
that might
behind
go
a defender.
down.
Scrub Killer gets the touch, but barely. Jorius happy to have Scrub bail him out on the play. Now Scrub's got a full length of the pitch. He's got Jack in
Intercepted.
front. Blocked again. Scrub Killer will keep it back to the corner. Dignitas could have been scared there on the orange half, but they are able to stabilize and get back to the blue.
You can just feel the momentum, the energy shift into BDS's favor. But Dignitas, they have found a way to get themselves onto offense. Again, you are always going to be cautious of the counterattacks out of BDS. And my goodness, I can't believe we're even here.
Jory, you are the
BDS
last
steal
man up.
this
Why are you
one
going
and
up
walk
in the
away with the
fucking air?
series win into the grand final.
Oh, Scrub missed the ball. Mark by 8 pops it for Monkey Moon. Jack puts it across the box. And Extra was waiting. He was hoping Jack would mistouch that. But instead, Jorius
Jorius?
got the catch. Gets underneath on the touch. And is taken away. Uh-oh, Scrub Killer got caught out. Monkey Moon sees it.
No way,
Monkey
that's
Moon
it,
got
no way.
deadline to the grand finals. Monkey Moon sends it
commit. Monkey Moon as well went for that ball that was cleared by Mark by 8. Monkey Moon in a better spot to keep boosting and get a touch. Dignitas too far
Well, at least I got
forward,
one of my favorite
and
teams in the
BDS
finals.
walk
Fuck.
away with another top 2 guarantee.
Wow. Dignitas played those last 2 games really close,
Oh my
but
goodness.
I'm thinking about those first 2 games, Turtle. Those first 2 games were Dignitas, they were getting tied up with each other. They were getting a little overcommitting on offense too. It was just like those little things. BDS picked them apart on it every time. Extra, that was a massive fake to start out that game. And after that, Dignitas, they came roaring back. Chorias had that nice shot. They had a lot of good progressions down the field, but this, I mean, it was simple. It was simple for Extra and Mark by 8. And then Scrubkill caught out in midfield. Just little errors. Little mistakes from Dignitas are the difference between BDS being in the grand finals and Dignitas forcing the
Yeah,
game.
they didn't take very long.
I think that was Scrubkill as well who misread the backboard bounce. A tough final few games there for Scrub. I can't believe it too, because apparently Jack in that last game, he was on a tear. He was connecting with every single pass. The striking game was even solid from him, but those double commits, the positioning, and that's a good sign for Dignitas. Don't get me wrong, because they can fix those easily, but in the first regional, they didn't have it together, but BDS sure as heck had everything under control with the positioning, the rotations. They were clean.
Dignitas lost.
Make it to the grand finals.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Another day in Europe, another day with BDS in the grand finals. You guys don't want to go anywhere. We got another great semi coming up. Carmine Corp versus Endpoint. Who greets BDS in the grand finals? Find out after the break.
If Carmine Corp doesn't win this, I'm gonna be sad. I mean, all my EU shit would go out the window. Well, it appears as though Dignitas has went down. Big sad. I was hoping they're going to make it a lot further. No, they made it to the semifinal. So. Oop, the announcers are back. We'll take a look at that bracket anyhow.
Hello and welcome back to the Rocket League Championship Series. You're watching the European Open. We're on day number 3. By the end of it, we're gonna have crowned a champion. I am Leaf and Gibbs is alongside me, along with Stacks and Subi, to talk about this last match, which we were all yelling and I don't know if it was cheering, but we were all yelling in the green room at everything happening. So Subi, if you want to break down what some of those thoughts were.
I mean, it was just Team BDS doing Team BDS things, and a very upset T-Bates as well in the green room. He had a lot of stock in Dignitas, but you know, I don't think that's unwarranted because they came into this series and they really put up a fight despite what the series score said. It was just back and forth, and apparently Jack, he is just built differently, and I can't wait to watch this kid grow because he is something special.
Jack
But
needs a new
at the
team.
end of the day, Team BDS is just too good, man.
Yeah, we talked so much about the importance of scoring first and scoring
If you ask my
often,
opinion,
and Team BDS did that
I think Jack
more
needs to
often
go
than
to
not throughout
NAs.
this tournament.
He's going to the NA,
They've scored first, they
and
have
he needs to get
dominated,
on with FaZe.
and they did it
He
here
would be
against
such a great fucking
Scoring
addition to
chances,
FaZe.
scoring chances. We saw it on both sides, but the main difference is BDS. When they have time and space, they make the correct call and they score. While on Dignitas' side, we were talking about teammates earlier, he's like, how can they have all these chances and not put these home? And that's what's happening the entire series long. You can't do that against BDS. You have to capitalize on everything.
Well, our fifth permanent desk.
Thank you.
What? He's on here now.
Yeah.
Get him. He's on here now.
Yeah.
Get him the. Get him the engage tank. Talk to me about it so far. You guys are in the grand finals again. You've made this journey so many times in the last season. How did you feel this journey was? Did you feel like it was any harder than last season to make the grand finals, or has it been that same journey for you guys?
It's harder. Like I said yesterday, I think Dignitas is a very good team. It was like, even if we did like 4-1, I think it was a very tough match for us.
So we got to talk about Mark by 8 because we saw him last season. He was just playing in his own room. Now he's with you guys. So what is that doing for you guys there?
I don't know what to say. Like I'm very happy to meet him for the first time. It's last season, and yeah, that's basically it. Like helps us a lot to play together. Like we get to know each other, so I think it's good for us as a team.
Well, it definitely showed it was good as a team, and you know, this is the first grand finals in a while where it's not you against Vitality or you against the Giants. So I gotta ask, who do you think is gonna be your biggest competition this season? Is it gonna be Dignitas, or do you see another team on the horizon that you think is just gonna battle you guys each regional?
I don't think there will be only one team. I see 4 or 5 teams being annoying this season. So I can say Dignitas, Common Corp, Endpoint. If they continue on this way. We have Williams as well, with a good fight against Gorman. And EG as well, even if we called last match, sorry. They were supposed to be a very good team, and I forgot Sepper as well.
You know, we've talked with you a lot on this desk about your teammates, but let's talk about you specifically, Extra. I mean, this has been an offensive explosion for you in this series. First time for you with 6 or more goals in a series since way back at WePlay when you guys beat Sandrock. What was working for you specifically in this series with Dignitas?
I'm just having a good day, I guess. And yeah, I just took my time and
Good for BDS. I mean, what's up, Tommy?
Ask a good player why they were good. Well,
Yeah,
because it wasn't
right?
bad. That's the result.
I mean,
hey man, we're probably
good for
gonna talk
BDS
again
and
about
happy
not
for
to
'em,
count down the
but
other
they're
teams,
not
but,
who I was rooting for.
It's time for you to go get prepared for whichever team ends up facing you in that grand final. So I got to say though, congratulations on the grand finals and thanks for joining us again.
thank you.
Extra from BDS, or soon to be Extra from the analyst desk as he continues to win. It's the story we all know, and we'll see. He says it's a strong field out there, so we'll see if they get another grand finals, but that'll be later. Let's take a look at the bracket now just so you can see kind of where we're at. We came into this day 3 eliminating 4 teams from that day 2 down to Carmen Corp, Endpoint, Dignitas, and BDS, and we've now, Gibbs, eliminated another
I'm ready
team
for
in
Carmine.
Dignitas.
I think they're
Yeah,
gonna win
BDS
it.
Dignitas. It was a 4-1, but it was closer than that. BDS obviously that last game with a 0-second goal. Then they win it in overtime, 2 overtimes back to back.
Yeah, it was C+.
But that's why BDS is so good. When
Hell
it
yeah,
matters
dude.
most, they put up the win. And now
That's
we got
awesome.
Endpoint versus Carmine Corp. And this one's interesting. 'cause
I was pretty
Endpoint
good at art,
not
too.
supposed to be here, but Carmine Corp, they almost missed out.
I've always had a huge
because
imagination,
they
so
almost got reverse
anything
swept. It was
rookies by
insane, and
creativity.
it was the worst goal in RLCS history.
I did
that
pretty
brought
well
them here.
Well, let's start breaking it down. Let's get into this match here. Endpoint is going up against the fan favorites of Carmine Corp. And, it's going to be a battle for them, but there's been a lot of talk behind this endpoint squad. Stacks, break down to me, you know, this endpoint squad coming into this match against K-Corp.
I'm sure there are people out there that don't want this to just be the Seiko show, but guess what?
It is.
It's been the Seiko show. I mean, he's had an astronomically high shooting percentage. I think he's 42% yesterday, 35% for the event. Going back to the Swiss rounds, that's tops in the league. More goals per game, more goals period than anybody else in the league. He has been phenomenal. He's got a great supporting cast around him.
But this is his first tournament, like in the RLCS, and he's making these big
RLCS or RLCS. I spelled that wrong, didn't I? RLCS is the Rocket League Championship Series.
And like everyone questioned that move by Endpoint, like Virtuoso.
Yeah, I might have spelled it wrong too. It's the Rocket League Championship Series.
He's here now, top 4. It's going to be insane.
Rocket League's a game that I play a lot of the time. There's a whole series for it. No.
And they are one of those.
They got the championship going on right now. Right now we're getting into the semifinals.
So it's going to be a challenge.
My team, FaZe Clan, won 3 days ago. So they're going to the semifinals, and my team Dignitas just lost in the EU. The European.
Let's make our voices heard. I'm going to start with Subs on this one.
The European area. European area. I can't talk right now.
A bit of a longer draw here right now, so you can make your decision.
Yeah, it's Rocket League.
Stall is coming to an end though, so you're going to have to make your decision.
Oh, why? Why me first?
Musty cow. Yeah.
So I could just kind of toe the line a little bit. Now you're making me choose because this seriously is really hard.
Musty Flick.
Do
a Musty Flick.
You look at yesterday, you look at the power rankings.
I think Musty actually got on a team
I think he just
a while ago. Got on a pro team.
And Relating Wave is
He's not in this season, but
I have to go with Endpoint in this one. I think it's going to be very close though.
Okay, we starting off with an Endpoint. Stacks. You want to follow up with the Ditto there?
No, you know, I like Stu. I like him a lot. Not that much. I gotta go with Carmine Corp here, simply because look, you've got 2 very stingy defenses, and while Endpoint's defense has technically been better, they're allowing I think half a goal less per game than K Corp. I think yesterday the latter half of that series was kind of an aberration. I think K Corp rebounds here big time.
Okay.
So I'm open for offense. It's 2 of the top 3.
Yeah, I like Musty's content, but Sunless Khan, I like his content a little bit more.
They are a better team on most days.
Just grabs me more.
Subi, you would have not been doing anything crazy because if you went last, you would have been copying me. I'm going with Endpoint on this one.
All right.
I think there, of course, it makes sense to go with K Corp. It absolutely does. You look at that roster, but I've seen sometimes how they get in their own heads. And I'm wondering if Endpoint comes out strong. That happens here too, and that clutch factor doesn't.
Yeah, Carmine Corp is up 57%. Where N is 43.
There are people out there, but this match is just about
on the votes. Looks like Carmine's got it.
Stumpy and Cole. It's time for our last semifinal. K Corp are trying to prove to their fans
that Endpoint skin looks sick though.
In their way, we can find out now who gets the privilege of facing BDS in the grand finals.
Endpoint versus Carmine Corp, New Blood 3 versus New Org, and both these teams fighting for the chance to take their first big steps toward the major. As ever, I am Stumpy, joined by Cole, and on the pre-show, we both maybe harshly predicted Endpoint would suffer yet another loss to Astral. Cole, how are you feeling about that thought?
I mean, I'm sticking by it. They do really seem to struggle against the player. It seems that everybody else, when Astral's on the pitch, they either do one of 2 things. One, give him space, because they know that
he's go Carmine.
All the way to their backboard, and they need to be there to block it.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good.
Endpoint seems to have this habit of not treating him any differently. He's using a mantis stumping. That's thrown me.
What? Oh my god!
I mean, the thing is with Astral, he will use any of those cars. He's been famed also previously for using the Skyline.
Oh my god, Carmen got so close to the goal right there. That was amazing.
Is this KC not respecting what Endpoint can do, or is it them just wanting to be comfortable in themselves? Because previously Astral, he's defended having these,
that
different
skin
cars,
looks
and
fucking
I always
sick.
love seeing them in the RLCS at the highest level because there are so many cars in the game that it's a shame you only really get to see 3 or 4 of them at any given time. Or is it Endpoint now to sort of tell them, look guys, you're not going to...
Let's go, Carmine!
Well, I mean, they very well can beat them in silly cars. Astral is more than capable of scoring brilliant goals in any vehicle you offer him. And there he goes there, styling as he puts that open goal away. To make
Yeah,
it
Endpoint
1-0
cares about
to
their
Carmine
logo and their
Corp
brand.
Goals.
They're all wearing the
What
jerseys.
statement are they making by using these cars, having not done so in this tournament so far, in the semi-finals against Endpoint? I could not tell you. That is a question that
Endpoint
should they
is
win,
playing a
I
very
really
good
hope
strategy
to
right
one of
now.
them in an interview after this series is over, because yeah, maybe they're staying Endpoint, maybe it's mind games. That's the best guess I can go for, and when you're as good as they are, I guess it makes sense.
For the record, I don't think they're silly cars. Like, as in, I don't think that using different cars should always be treated as, oh, they're giving disrespect. I think it's more about comfort in this game. We've seen other players say as much, and orgs and coaches saying players' comfort is #1. If that's what they're comfortable using, then they should 100% go for it. But we said earlier that Endpoint may well lose this series to Carmine Corp, but looking at the stats, statistically across this event, they have been better. Mainly helped out by Seiko being one of the best players offensively in the entire tournament so far.
Should've went for that immediately.
But Carmine Corp have just made it through essentially, and with Relating Wave drawing up this game,
Damn it.
I don't feel unconfident saying that Endpoint really
They got their coach sitting in the back. That's cool.
Change Relating Wave seems to be so much more involved than he ever
They're all in
was
the same
before
room.
when they were playing with Virtuoso, and you can see it there. It's Seiko that's really opening the doors, but Relating Wave is there to walk straight through them and equalise in this game 1 versus Carmine Corp. Endpoint feeling pretty good. I do think they are going to have a faster series to deal with, and I mean gameplay-wise, than they did yesterday.
Oh!
Quick reset. Stakes arriving. Then yesterday versus Williams result.
Astral's
It was
freaking
slow
amazing.
Gameplay throughout. Endpoint really seemed to want to turn on the steamers in this event.
I mean, that was definitely my biggest worry about KC yesterday, is that Endpoint had to go through and win, and they really had to fight hard to take that W and make it here. With KC, they fought against Williams Resolve, sure, but they were also...
Dude, Carmine
the
is
lowest
running
they
this
took
game.
into the Swiss. Like,
That beginning part looked
they
sketchy,
want to come out of it, and
but
I want to desperately take nothing
they're
away
looking
from
good now.
Williams Resolve. But Carmine Corp should beat them every single time. And it
All
should
right,
end
bye,
up
Tommy.
To those 7 if Carmine Corp were playing as well as they could. I just want them to be respecting every single opponent they come up against.
Well, lots of questions so far, and not many answers of only 2 goals between both teams halfway through this first game as Astral makes a save onto the backboard. And Itachi, one of the best dribblers in the game, one of the best passers as well, is going to be able to try and take this one away, but he's closed down quickly again by Metsunora, still getting involved in an attacking sense. No means a third man for this current iteration of Endpoint. There's a great pass to Itachi. Seiko's going to be there,
Close.
but just shows how quickly that transition game can be.
It's definitely one thing Endpoint will need to keep an eye on, is making sure that they don't
Nice
leave
shot.
any open nets to the back. And despite the fact that net was very far from open, Stakes touch with Metz into the midfield, left Seiko up for a near post shot. Bounces wide, but Astral to put it in.
Yeah, it's the Mantis own goal. Always fun to see, rarely seen there. And the goal does make it 2-1 to Endpoint. They've turned this one around with that goal, which will be credited to Seiko, even though he did not get the last touch. Here's Metsunoris. It's the stealing he goes, wants to try and show off his own mechanics, but not quite able to reach that second hit. Relating Wave, though, carrying on the pressure, and look at how Endpoint are squeezing out Carmine Corp, making them panic in defence. Not the best defence in the world, as we did see yesterday in that series. They do have goals against within the team. Now his Seiko on the backboard, bombs Itachi instead. Itachi didn't expect that, nor did his teammates. And just about there was a touch, I think, from Astral.
Yeah, Metz probably should have left that ball so Wave could come in from a
Good
better
touch.
position to take a harder shot, but instead it then ends up flying back to that Endpoint half. And the rotations back nice and deep from Endpoint do fill me with confidence. They're doing well to not leave that net open at the back. Dignitas earlier on fell prey to that frequently. And in the green room, we were shouting at them consistently for it. I don't think there's going to be that criticism from Endpoint here today.
Itachi, chill.
With a minute left. Endpoint currently leads, and that has gone against, I believe, also what chat said. I don't quite remember the exact percentage that they predicted.
Shaky 30 seconds or so from both teams, with a double commit from Carmine and a miss from Metz. And
Let's go, Astral!
fix that there, and then the pass from Itachi. It's that simple for him.
Stake to go high with Itachi reading it pretty much on his own as well. He was a full 5 card.
Dude, Astral's a goat.
Astral with a touchdown can just stretch ahead with that Mantis nose. And onto a kickoff with 48 seconds remaining, and Endpoint, they do not want to have an overtime after leading for a minute or two.
It's a good
They
challenge.
also lost the game 5 against these guys in the invitational qualifiers in overtime of game 5 as well. So we're looking forward to that. They'll be trying to win it beforehand. Itachi does get a save from a
That's
decent
touchy.
Relating Wave strike. wants to double his goal line. He wants to get a touch here as well. We've seen some brilliant flicks so far in the RLCS. Relating Wave not quite able to get a third.
Astro wants to pass over towards Itachi. Does get
Oh,
on net.
third man,
Seiko,
third man,
Mets
third man.
both on each other.
You got far back. It's all good.
And the other ball central, and Metzer to take it away from him. On that left wall, Relating Wave, double committing. A couple of those have happened in a row now, and Endpoint have fallen prey to it previously. With Astro going for a ground pitch, final 10 seconds counts down.
Itachi from the ceiling. Waits it out, Relating Wave closes him down. Will there be time for one more chance? There will, and it's the right man from an Endpoint perspective. Seiko trying to go. Itachi beats it away.
Get the shit out of me.
As far as Mets and Norris, can Endpoint still turn this into something? They can just about, but there was nobody challenging.
Alright, Carmi, not too bad for the start.
If there's one man you want on that air dribble at the depth of a game, it is Seiko to get anything going. Did a good job to keep it up nice and high for his teammates. It didn't end up turning into a goal. So Endpoint, despite leading that game for a couple of minutes, have fallen into an overtime, which they're not going to be too pleased about. Itachi going for that wall bump, does get it and taps it high. Mistake, however, can't get underneath the crossbar as he was rushed onto that play.
Oh, we saw Endpoint try that earlier on against
Oh my god, Astral!
From that bump, all you need to do for an Astral goal.
Woo! Carmine got the first game.
And he will never miss. He was bumped as well.
He was tipped on by
Oh
Mets
my
as well.
goodness.
He still controls his car so beautifully in the air that he can get a double tap.
My
versus two
boy.
defenders. He's at the
What's
front
up, Greedo?
of the team. He's spinning around, spraying out boost everywhere, and that man deserves it. Astral has looked, quite frankly, like a new, not even more
What's up, my guy?
player, 'cause he always had confidence, I think. He looks
How you
like a
doing,
player
buddy?
who's now being enabled in every single facet of his game.
Carmine taking first game. I love it.
Astral is ushering in
Carmine's
the
looking good. Their
era
defense,
with that Mantis.
it's a
He
little
looks
light,
sublime with
but
it. One or two awkward touches, but when
dude,
he
their
gets a chance
offense,
to shoot, by no
with
means
Astral,
ever misses.
dude,
Clean strikes, as you'd expect
Astral's going
from a
crazy right now.
flat car,
I think
but
Astral got all the goals.
powerful shots. At any point, they struggle to deal with Astral. It's happening again. They just can't get their head around beating this man.
He's the boogeyman for them. The thing is now, Endpoint have got a new player. They have got a new style that they are going for, where it's having Mets, Norris, and Wave leading the way for Seiko to come in, or rather, sorry, Seiko having the way cleared for him, so he can then do something incredible mechanically. It's that new young player who has also got the huge buff in Rocket League.
Seiko
of
is
being
good.
French. And that is a very scary position to be in. So with Seiko on that team, they're looking much better. But Carmine Corp just a touch greater in that particular game. It did go to overtime, but Endpoint, with conceding at the end, it just couldn't shut it out.
Our own Rocket League championship tonight? How are we going to do that?
What to see between these two teams, who both have such tip-top offenses. I'm curious if Carmine Corp are going to stay in their same
I'm not-
vehicles.
what time is it?
The Marauder, Astral's and the Mantis.
8:44? Yeah, I could do that. It shouldn't take too long. Well, the way this game's going, it might take a little bit. But
Starting this series as aggressively as they did the previous one, because that's something that I always like to see a team doing, especially after suffering a loss. Come on, get a flip reset, does, but gets it low. Norris not able to secure the shot on target. But I do like seeing that aggressive play immediately out of a kickoff.
I think that was half a
Right
chance
back.
for Norris coming on there. Maybe the ball just skipped up.
Come on, let Astral get a touch on this. Ah, fuck. Good pass.
With the pass to Seiko, who sticks it 28 seconds in.
My buddy Jake and I, we got on and played last night, and his one account got banned because he said the FAG word, and
Goals. This is the series
we
of
ended
goals
up
that
making
continues.
Smurf accounts,
If we keep up this average, we'll be having a very
and we made it to
exciting
Diamond on our
season.
Smurf accounts, and then we lost to a Diamond team,
Trying to get himself involved
and
already.
got bumped down to Plat 2 or Plat 3, or Plat 3 Div 2.
He sets up Itachi, there's Stake. Oh, but Stake's hesitated. What's the flip reset instead of the backboard? Seiko gets it away.
Oh, Tachi, what was that placement? Good demo.
Astral to get the flip into the demo.
Yeah, we went on
to
Smurf
recover.
accounts,
But
so I made a new
he
one
held
too.
onto that ball as opposed to just
And
putting down
dude, it was
first
so
man,
much fun
stopping and then
smurfing
going
on
up.
bronzes,
Bit of
man.
a
It
play
was
from him,
so
this should be
fun.
1-0.
Cause my aerials are like at least a diamond level now, so I've been training a lot. And dude, it was so much fun watching these bronzes be like, how'd you do that? It was hilarious.
Almost a second touch, actually manages to do it past Itachi. But then look at that from Astral again.
You and me playing rank, killing the enemy team. We could do that.
Just waiting on that backboard.
We're playing really
after
good, we
Austin
can do it,
Look at
because I
Wade
don't want to lose
move
my rank.
up
I'm
straight
almost
through
diamond.
there, and then moving him from Seiko, threads the needle past two defenders. Beautiful placement. And that is the
I'm telling you
style of
now,
play
if you 1v1,
that
you're not
Endpoint
getting a
starts
single
to
goal
go
on
for.
me anymore.
Give the ball to
I'm goated.
Seiko, and magic's gonna happen.
Magic's gonna happen, but not just as a solo play. Give
Playing
the
at
ball
least
to
like a
Seiko,
diamond. I'm
make
doing
sure
flip
you're there,
resets and shit
offering
now.
yourself for a pass, believing that he will make the best decision that he can possibly make, and that's why Endpoint are doing so well. Here goes with a solo play though, but Itachi will save it.
Give Astral the
Do you wanna
ball.
see
Come
Carmine
on.
Corp move up together more aggressively, because in that previous play, I think the third down was a touch too far back, and it meant that they couldn't get a shot off immediately. It's actually ultimately missed the
Yeah,
shot.
I've been thinking about
They
playing
couldn't
because I
quite
want to
make
put
it.
my FaZe Clan skin on my guy.
Go for a
Got
shot
a rip.
for himself.
Dude,
He
FaZe
can't
did
make it.
great
First charged
their
down.
last game. They're in the semifinals
2v1,
now.
and yet he still succeeded.
So happy.
Yeah, it was a 2v1, and that was exactly
But my
what we were
last team
asking
on the
for
EU
from Carmine Corp,
servers,
moving forward together as a team.
or the
Didn't
EU
quite work
Nationals,
out there
whatever,
because
they
Nestor Norris did
just
some
lost. It was
frankly
Dignitas.
brilliant defending, heroic from the man. But it really was a good chance for Carmine Corp, and they'll take heart from that, I hope. As Astral slows things down, wants to get control of this, but he's got no boost. They can't do too much with it. Does bring Stake into the play though. Astral's still going.
Come on, we gotta give Astral the boost.
That'd
That'd make a play.
The zero boost confidence was just so wonderful to see. As he moves up the pitch anyway, gets those wave dashes. You can get just as much speed wave dashing as you can with flipping and using boost. So made a good decision to do it. Astral, you can never count him out, no matter the downsides that he has currently got on him.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
Astral's
play
a
the way
go.
he plays. You know, you can't have Astral on your team and then be frustrated that he's going for a ball that maybe he has no right to go for. That is just the whole package, and here is the best side of that package. Huge booming shot, puts Carmine Corp well on the attack. Relating wave, just snuffs that out for now, but Carmine Corp to me, Stumpy, getting back into this one if they can defend here.
Carmine Corp are beginning to besiege the blue half of the pitch. At Endpoint,
Astral's
very,
up!
very good defensive
Couldn't get
plays.
anything out of it.
Well, the attach moving a touch too far up. Stake has to cover the backside. Can he get the second touch? Does so. Stake holding the
Nah,
ground
dude, I'm
for
fucking
KC.
goated now. I'm not
It's
even
a
kidding.
counter-attack.
Jake and I have been training. I got
Here
new
he's
camera
already
settings.
then has apparated
Bro.
out of there as he's demoed.
I'm
by
lit.
Relating wave. Steiko here with a couple of touches over one, over two.
I got some pro camera settings. I'm playing like a
Gently places
diamond
that
at
one
least.
Onto Itachi's hood, still desperate for a goal. Our Carmine Corp, they're looking for it, but Endpoint is defending well, keeping their spacing, keeping their boost levels high enough to deal with most of these attacks. But all it takes is one piercing pass from Carmine
Credo,
Corp.
anything is
Endpoint will be
possible.
trouble.
Ooh, good flick
Stake
from
with the
Mets.
extend, try and get that double tap. But
kinda
Stake on
nice.
the backboard again. Thwarting
That might go
all
in.
of these
No,
attempts
it's
to go
not.
much further than just a wishy-washy touch towards the net. KC being shut
Oh,
down
2 demos.
everywhere at the moment. But
It left it open! Let's go! Let's go! One more, boys. One more. Go for those demos. Really screwed them.
To Itachi, how often do you expect Steiko to make a poor touch like that? 90% of the time in Itachi's position, you're just assuming he's booming it over you. But Itachi just
Alright, bet. Sounds good, bro.
something odd was
I'll let you know when I'm
occurring.
done watching
Steiko's
this.
Fennec, and he was dead on.
Yeah, did a great chance to get in the way of that ball, but with a minute remaining, Endpoint must have the thought that they were in this position in the last game and then they lost in overtime. It should not repeat itself.
Steiko booms that one long, asking Relating Wave to help him out, but Stake beats Relating Wave to the ball. Now here is Astral against Metsonoris. It falls to Steiko. He can swallow up some time here, just getting as many touches as possible. Even if the ball isn't ending up getting too much distance on it, it's slowing them right down. He did really well there to take all the momentum off. And actually,
Oh,
Astral
what
leads
a
it.
shot.
It's surely
That put the
winner
nail in
for
the coffin
Endpoint.
right
Maybe
there.
not. 33 seconds left.
A really
Don't get in your
nice
heads,
pass
guys.
from
Don't get in your
Wavy.
heads. You're good.
Itachi pre-jumping when he had to pre-jump as well. Get that, and I probably see KC getting a goal. But Wave just sniped that top
You
left
guys are
corner,
good. Don't get in
gives
your
them
heads.
back their
Just one game.
two-goal
You guys already got one
advantage,
under your
and
belt.
KC needing double the goals.
It was a great play from
Oh,
Relating
good
Wave.
kickoff.
Seiko slowing the ball down at the right time. Now Metsonoris does get that 100 boost, so there's going to be no chance to boost our Endpoint here, which is what KC need to do. Here's Stake though. Says he's not mechanical in his interview. Can he prove himself and everybody else wrong?
The most humble interview of all time that was as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Stake's goal of the season because he's definitely got it in him, despite what he says about being not particularly mechanical.
Steak,
And it
you're
seems like
you're
this
cutting
is
off
starting to
Astral,
fade
man. You're cutting
away.
off your lifeline
4
right
goals
now.
in this one. We are keeping up our rate of scoring, and Endpoint take game 2.
What a good confidence inspirer as well, knowing that in the first game you let your guard drop, you stopped blocking the net, and then KC came back and got their game. Did a brilliant job to do so, but now you can concede one, and then you don't throw away the game, you know, alongside that. Really good play so far. This series hotting up and trading wins until hopefully, you know, we get to 7, what we always like to see. But Endpoint looking like a brand new team as our Carmine Corp.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see this one go to 7 at all. The the clarity of the shot that both teams are doing. They are both well in form at the right time in the semi-finals of this European Open. Both these teams trying to take the fight to the opposition. I think we will see 1 or 2 awkward goals like Seiko's tricky touch there that let Itachi in, but for the most part, pretty much every strike we've seen has been a bit of a banger.
Every single shot, at least, have been very threatening. And the defense, on the side of Endpoint, I think mainly for me, has just had a really nice formation to it. A player on the backboard, a player at near post, and a player challenging. You cover all your angles, and then you can mop up wherever the ball ends up falling. Really good play. Carmine Corp, I think, have also been very impressive to me. I think that they seem to be one of those teams that when they get a goal in their mind and they get their goal to go ahead in a series, then they'll start to really put on the pressure. They think, oh yeah, okay, this is who we are. But when they go down by 1, that's where Endpoint seem to really be making sure that they know they're here to play. And I wonder if we will get the answer to our question. Are Carmine Corp using silly cars because they don't respect Endpoint, or are they using silly cars for their own benefit?
Well, we will see. My next question as well is, will they continue using these cars? And Astral is indeed still in the Mantis. Do we have a maraudering Itachi? We do indeed. So yes, we do continue. I'm curious if Endpoint get the next game and maybe the one after, but the Carmine Corp will just revert, or if they are locked in. They feel that if they go back now, then they're saying, ooh, we messed up there.
Relating Wave immediately going for that stealing play. The early game aggression did them well previously, and so they're going to be continuing with that. I just want to see essentially more of the same from both teams. They're doing a great job to cover every angle of the pitch. Lovely touch from Metsnoris there, and Staker to get it over 1. Can't quite get the touch over the top of Itachi in, so Metsnoris will have to take over. What brilliant rotations Metsnoris has had in the last couple of days, to be honest.
Yeah, he's really stepping up his Metsnoris, showing some of his form from RLCS's past, looking every bit as good as lots of the up-and-coming young blood that we see dazzling our screens in front of us. And here's the pretty much most dazzling of them all, Astral, and his gold wheels on his Mantis, following up from Stake's touch. So the Stake's hit is bumped a little bit far ahead of Itachi, who was marauding forward, hoping to get a touch there.
Don't.
Now Stake in the corner. Great clearance from Metsnoris. Astral was so far forward there. That could have backfired horrifically, but he had the reflexes to fix it. And now down the other end, he links that play. And Metsnoris uses his experience just to steer it away slowly.
One of Itachi's pre-jumps is going to give us an incredible goal in this series. A couple of times he's gone for it and it's not quite worked, but he has still forced the player to go for a high or low shot. It's still impacting the play. But just then, he managed to get in the way of Relating Wave before he even left the ground. That's how early he's going up for a lot of these pre-jumps. I want to see one of them really start to pay off.
Astral is so impressive.
There, but Astral was equal to it, and now he sends the
Itachi!
transition. Brilliant catch there from Itachi. Relating Wave just stood tall on the endpoint goal line, making sure that ball didn't go into that blue goal. Now Marius down the other side as well. This is great play to me. You know, it is clean, confident touches from all of these. You can see what they're attempting. Yeah. There's no loose hits. Even if they're booming it away, they're booming it at least in the general vicinity of a teammate. And it's keeping the pace up in general of this game so much.
What are you doing?
So close to that lovely double tap down, but you're completely right. Both teams shielding their goals so spectacularly that I think there's been a good couple of chances, but mostly midfield play and trying to control a lot of the mid game. But Seiko tries to go for one, whips it around the back of Astral, but with the delayed flick from him, he's managing to save it away. Astral moving down the pitch for Wave to catch, and Metza to miss. Itachi 3v1.
Oh, clever there from Itachi. Endpoint weren't expecting it. Let's take it in the air, but he just about hits the post. Now Itachi tries to finish the job, not quite able to either. Astral from the stealing manages to maneuver his
Oh! Oh my god!
What a stop by Relating Wave!
What a shot by Astral to go to the ceiling, use his boost, come all the way down, then double tap it off the ground.
Oh my goodness, come on boys, keep up the aggression!
Off the goal line to remove any threat.
This is absolutely brilliant. Even
like Rucker Rule 1, bitch.
Love to see it. They break the Rule 2. Nothing wrong with that at all at this level, in my opinion. I'm sure I'll have plenty of people disagreeing with me. But here's Stake. Go on, son, get involved. Use your mechanics. We believe in them. So we're just going to fall to Seiko. What can he do, Stumpy?
Let's go for the flippery step, and Astral blocking it out though. It does leave Wave to use 100 boost to do exactly nothing, and now he finds himself in a 2v1. But Metza, yet again, standing tall and resisting the offense.
Stake there into the center. Itachi wants it, but realizes that you can't beat Seiko to that ball, so heads straight back. Relating wave again on the transition. I am surprised that he is the man who is most often playing in front of the ball for Endpoint, looking to be the outlet when they have these defensive passes. He's done such a good job in that role, but Itachi has breached Seiko. Relating wave now is back.
Bit of a rough touch there from Seiko onto Relating Wave, bumped him out of the way, but with Seiko securing a demolition, it means that the attack from KC does slow itself down. Mets with no boost has to forfeit the ball towards Stake. Under a minute now remaining, still 0-0 in this third game. Relating Wave desperately trying to change that. Another overtime. You can only think it's going to go the way of KC, but before we get there,
What was that?
secures the pinch, a goal for Endpoint.
The old Rocket League man from Finland, he just booms it home, pitching it in. Poor old Stake and Itachi, both of them probably thought the other one would be able to get there. Unfortunately for Carmine Corp, nobody was. And Endpoint do take this lead in game 3.
A looping ball to bounce over the back of your net is just so hard to watch.
Agonizing.
40 seconds remaining. KC are going to do what they do best and try to secure a goal to take it into that overtime. Astral to get a touch backwards with Metanora beating Itachi. This ball stays high, Relating Wave to get a challenge in the midfield. But look at Seiko's positioning. That is so accurate.
It was accurate there, but he shouldn't have got that second touch. His teammates didn't want him to get it. They were arriving maybe for a finish. Sonoris over the goal line. Itachi needs some boost and gets it. Now, what can he do to get this ball forward? Such a good passer as Itachi. Stake almost gets it back to him, but then does get a dunk. 10 seconds left. KC
What a
continues to push.
pinch!
That's a spicy pinch with 5 seconds remaining. Relating Wave into the midfield. Has to keep it high, away from anybody from Carmine Corp. Astral misses. Endpoint take game number 3 and lead 2-1 in this series. And both of these teams looking like a fire has been lit underneath them.
A lower scoring game, but equally as exciting, if not more so. 5 saves from Relating Wave, and always there when a pass is coming his way. A brilliant performance, and deserved 510 scored, just to show how involved he was from beginning to end there. And Endpoint are doing something that historically, Stumpy, they failed to do. And that is deal with Astral. Look at the net.
Yeah,
They got the save on him. That's got in before in the past.
Yeah, they are doing such a fantastic job of making sure that whenever they can go to one of those positions where it's Astral versus the team, they've got rid of any of the demons that are in their head thinking, when we've come up against Astral shooting against us, we have usually lost. We have not done well against him, whether it's been on any of his previous teams essentially, with Oxygen, Slithery, whoever it ends up being, he has not done well. Sorry, Envoy have not done well. But now, it's that new look. And I'm so excited to see them really embracing the new style that they are playing and they are going for. Seiko said on Twitter yesterday, top 4 in my first regional. This is amazing. Wow, what a game. I love Rocket League, whatever it ended up being. He is putting forward an incredible case for being the MVP of this series, if he can keep it up, and bringing his team into top 2 for his first ever regional.
He's a real force of positivity, but we've seen this before from Carmine Corp. Yesterday, against Williams Resolve, all the momentum, the entire world was against them, and somehow they found a way, even needing an equaliser with 30 seconds left or so. They did indeed find a way. It wasn't beautiful, but it was effective, which is something that grit, that fight, is something we've often wondered if a team like this would be able to have, and they've shown they do, and that is what they have to dig deep with to get back in this series.
I mean, Relating Wave told everybody on his interview yesterday, don't count us out. Like, we are here to win, and they're what a brilliant case for it. Another great backboard bump, though, from Astral onto Relating Wave, with a double commit from Itachi, and Stake leaves it open for a rough touch. Seiko across the net, saving the ball twice. This first minute has been nothing short of just a massive infiltration from KC.
We've seen a few of these backboard bumps, and one did lead to a goal eventually, but not directly. I've got a feeling the way these players are looking for them, we will see a goal scored because the defender was bumped away directly in the next few games or so. But that remains to be seen. What doesn't remain to be seen is whether or not Carmine Corp have the attack, which they do. Stake puts it out wide. There's Relating Wave, though, involved again. His read of the play has been flawless.
No, oh god, thank god Itachi's there.
Oh my word, I saw that happening, and I saw Gibbs start to write down the top play of the day, because that would have been
Get
such a
Stake
gorgeous
the
goal.
fuck
But that
off the
range
team.
once that he's going for, that's the class and the style that Relating Wave is offering nowadays. It's so wonderful to see.
Here's Mesanoris looking for a lating wave once again there for the pass. So the stealing he goes this time. Seiko tries to be Astral. Astral read it, saw it happening. Another pass comes in.
Steak is taking all the fucking boosts. I'm watching the boost meter right now. Steak's taking all the boosts. Astral's left with nothing. Tachi really has anything.
Astral's boostless. This is a real chance for Endpoint if they can just keep on peppering this orange goal. And Steak does exactly what you need there. What a touch that is from Steak when his team needed him.
Someone please give the Astral some fucking
back,
boost.
Managing to rotate away, having no ego, not thinking, okay, we're on a really big push here, we need to score in this one. Those are going to be getting another chance. But KC, their defense.
Astral's got 100 boosts. That's a save.
The game seems to slow down whenever Seiko gets the ball. He just seems to have 3 more seconds to play with it than anybody else does because he's there that little bit quicker. His touch is that little bit better. His decisions are that little bit more improved than anyone. Although he has backflipped there when there was half a chance. And now here comes Astral. Flicks it almost over the top of Relating Wave. Queuing up Itachi. Steak's waiting underneath. But still that Seiko is getting it. And he goes back. It's another exciting 0-0 so far in this one.
I do see that Seiko, I feel, is wanting to make a really big claim versus Astral here, because Astral is one of the best mechanical players in the world. And Seiko, being completely new into the RLCS, he must look up to him in some way to be like, this is the player that I would love to become at one point in my tenure. With touching the ball.
Nice fucking redirect.
Crossbar though. Maybe he should have his eyes over there.
He's been watching the RLCS these last few days. We have seen plenty of these delicate little flicks. We saw one earlier as well in the BDS Dignitas series. And there's one more to add to the collection.
Utterly brilliant from Itachi. Secured that goal and 2 minutes remaining. And with the 2 players on the ball then from KC, at least the Steak having...
Oh! Steak's showing up now? What?
Maybe 0.2 the second too early, but the placement from Steak meant that is such a hard one to save.
Oh my goodness. Steak's coming back? What?
Boom the ball in the bottom corner that consistently well. And Steak shows that mechanics aren't everything. Sometimes clean striking is what you need to get yourself involved in the scoring. His first goal of this series. And Carmine Corp take a 2-goal lead.
With a big boom from Metsonoris, 90 seconds starts to approach. With Itachi seeing Seiko underneath him, wanting to hassle and keep the ball away. Doesn't quite manage to. Seiko maintaining his nuisance-ness in the orange half.
His nuisance-ness is indeed continuing. Relating Wave, his teammate though, takes over. It's another little touch there. And Seiko somehow knocks it backwards.
Astral's back by himself. This is the goal. Come on.
Okay, he's got a flick reset. Yes, he has. Just about. And Metanoris says no.
Tell you what, we were saying yesterday about Endpoint, the Relating Waves seemed to have a new style of how he was playing, with those annoying little touches, going for one off the corner and then getting anything off the double, or even just threatening to go for a touch off the double. That is keeping KC grounded, and it means that if he gets that touch...
Oh! Boys! Come on, boys, come on, boys!
Those are the moments where you're trying to keep control when you're commentating, but actually all you want to do is just go, surely, someone score! Metanoris, surely, Relating Wave, surely, Relating Wave does! It was happening, it's been coming!
It's alright, so we got a 1 point lead.
They are feeling this one at Endpoint.
In the same phase of play, every single player on KC has to stay on that goal line, sharing 12 boosts between them. They don't manage to keep it out, and Endpoint begin their final minute bombardment of the orange half.
Carmine Corp, though, until this last 30 seconds or so, have been the better team, but Endpoint have rallied and are now looking so dangerous.
Get out of here, you're not going to fight
Seiko has an astral-shaped mantis looking to get past, and Astral sends it high. Seiko was just tracking him all the way, though. Metanoris has been found, and then Relating Wave. Again, all 3 players involved in an Endpoint counter-attack gets them so much territory.
Gets them a lot of territory, but then as soon as that play breaks down, none of them can stop the play at the halfway line. Hence, Steak has now moved the ball down to the blue half entirely on his own. Relating Wave to go high and slide onto the wall. Seiko up the double, has the angle, but doesn't quite secure the shot.
Seiko could have ended it there and then, but it's not quite to be. There's still some work to do, getting this ball to the floor. That is all that matters for Endpoint and Metanoris. He can fake a half volley. He knows that's game over. Yeah.
Let's go. Carmine
Corp, take the game.
I don't want to nitpick Metzer too hard.
It's 2-2 now.
End, but like, you don't have the time. Just catch and go for a flick or something. But regardless, Carmine Corp, brilliant showing from them. They managed to get 6 shots only in that game. It felt like so much more, but I think it's because every single shot had so much passion and fire behind it that everyone seemed like it could go in. I am amazed at how well both teams are managing to fight against each other. The offense has been exemplary from both sides. The defense, especially, everyone's just been preserving how they want to play this game, and then it's just been the immovable object versus the unstoppable force on both sides of the pitch. It's wonderful to watch.
It's 2 moments in that last game from Carmine Corp of quick-fire brilliance, and Itachi's goal and then Stakes finish down to the bottom right, compared to the sustained pockets of pressure that Endpoint seems to get
out.
right there.
The time's
You're
out
a little
yet.
bit out of it, a little bit out of pace, and then suddenly 20 seconds where you're thinking, how on earth do we get this ball out of our third? Endpoint are making the most of those chances that they're making for themselves, but Carmine Corp have got themselves back in this series.
Oh, that's not good.
As we go into game number 5 of this
Oh, that's not
best
good.
of 7,
Good
one of these
save.
teams will emerge battered and bruised from Wasteland on match point. Will it be Endpoint, or is it going to be Carmine Corp? 5 minutes will let us know. I feel like it really could be either team. At this level of any competition, it probably will be either team, and I'm happy that the desk was also split when asked. It was Leaf and Steve again for Endpoint. It was, I don't know what the other two are called, going for Carmine Corp. And it's one of those games that I think everybody's going to agree. It just shows the brilliance of them both.
Seiko booms it long, and Stake intercepting again. Moses' role in this team is to make sure that Endpoint are having as few free touches as possible, because his team can make some for themselves. Look at the dribbling from Astral. Seiko, I think it wasn't expecting his next touch. Then he flicks it into the centre to start this pressure. Attaching into the middle.
Let's go!
Astral is surely going to finish and does.
Astral's just fucking there,
He's just
dude.
going to find his way into it. But look at Stake. Just following up on Metsanora's and then getting that awkward touch means that the entire defensive endpoint is scrambled. Astral taking a brilliant opportunity to go for the top corner shot. Might drop 1-0.
Who gets the second? Seiko already steals some boost there from the Carmine half, but it won't come to too much because Astral has the ball. He has Itachi in the centre, but I think tried to go solo, and for once his touch wasn't exactly what he needed. It does still lead to some pressure for Carmine, but Seiko's getting it away. Oh, he was so close to feeding Relating Wave there.
Seiko on the backboard. Can he touch it down for a Relating Wave? Desperately wants to feed him. He's got the spoon to his mouth. He's saying, here comes the aeroplane. But nothing is going in just yet. Everybody on Carmine Corp swatting the food away.
How can I follow that? Is Itachi booming that to the side? Seiko onto the ceiling. And Stake sees it away. You go, I need a second.
That's alright. With Astral catching in that back corner, Metsanora's starts to be a nightmare, but Seiko getting one demo midfield, not necessarily where it needs to be, because it opens up an avenue for Astral to pursue down.
Almost a cheeky finish there for Itachi. Stake just hangs in the air. The aeroplane was up and running, soaring, gliding through the air. But Endpoint, this time it's their turn to swat. Here's Astral now onto his own backboard. Just dribbling it away. You know what he's going to do. You know he's going to get some distance, but not if Metsanora's there getting involved. Stake pass Relating Wave. Seiko for a clean touch. Lots of large booms right now. He's going to be the first to really do something with this ball. That might be the touch, the key to open things up. Relating Wave. But he's doing so much work in attack and defense. Is Relating Wave. He is everywhere for Endpoint.
Seiko wants to get all over Itachi. He goes up on one, and then the bump, but the shot wasn't even on target, so it wouldn't have gone too far. Metsanora's on target, but Stake to clear it away. Does maintain control as well. Seiko's rotations, he goes to the halfway line, absolute maximum, and then will turn around when Endpoint are attacking. It means that they've just got a conveyor belt of players ready to put the pressure on KC.
Let's go!
Another pass from Stake, another goal from Itachi. It is a 2-0 lead for KC.
Stake, you just keep putting those passes in, man. Keep putting those passes in. Easy.
Since the start of this European Open, but right then, I think for the first time, they were just getting a little bit impatient, moving forward too much when the play wasn't really on. All it took was one clean 50-50 from Stake, and then down the other end, Itachi gets a free goal. So something for Carmine Corp to try and punish if they find Endpoint too far forward again.
It's a bigger goal differential than Endpoint have had to try and take down in this entire series so far. So hopefully they're going to be able to do it. They did get a late goal in one of the previous series, but Relating Wave wanted to get one very much in the mid part of this game. Astral to the backboard, can clear it along, gets it away, and Endpoint again on defense. Carmine Corp's offense has just been transformed in this match. They're starting to read everything that Endpoint want to do.
Yeah, they have all the control right now. It's not the solo plays they're relying on. They're getting all the boost. They're making Endpoint rush. They're looking like the better team. Endpoint have to do something about this. And these booming clearances when they have no boost aren't really doing the trick. Keep hold of that ball for just a split second longer. Try and tempt a KC player to come to you and pull himself out of position, because
Love that.
right now they're just always there.
I love that touch from Wave. That has meant, despite the fact it was such a small touch, this offense has continued. He just cut in the way and just meant that there was not a booming chance for KC.
No, Steak, you're dog water. Get out
Is
of
it going to
here.
lead to a goal? Not quite. Astral saying firm on the goal line, getting 2 saves as well. Relating Wave, though, wanting to maintain that annoying player status, is doing so brilliantly. But no goals flying in for endpoint just yet. Looking like Carmine Corp are going to be securing match point.
What a touch that is from Astral. Sadly, his flick was a little bit too far ahead of Itachi, because that could have been quite a special little passing play. I'll come forward again. Mesanoris out wide. Endpoint needs to break free as soon as possible. Steak is getting in the way of everything. Relating Wave just wants to get a touch, wants to get some control. He has it, he shoots, but Steak saves.
Steak's pre-jumps are just filth. Every single time I've seen him up, he has secured a touch on the ball, even or even just like a 50, or getting in the way of it in any semblance. He is doing brilliantly. So impressive Steak right now. With 10 seconds left, Endpoint are going to struggle to get to, especially with the
Let's go.
breath of
Another one for
KC
Carmine.
breathing down on them in their own half. Third game secured for Carmine Corp. Endpoint still on 2. Will they get a consolation goal? Itachi stayed away at the death. Match point we find ourselves on in the grand finals nearly has.
Yeah, feel discouraged. Carmine's coming in with a fucking vengeance. Let's go.
Decidedly better than the other, and there, Carmine Corp, they kept Endpoint CEX at arm's length pretty much
Oh, I
throughout.
love it.
I can't think of too many
I fucking
opportunities
love
they
it.
had. You can see the score that they had as well. 172, 176, 241. Nobody really involved in the play, and it won't be a surprise that Endpoint have requested a timeout.
I mean, it was at the end. I think it was Wave with a single.
Oh, they're
goal.
so discouraged
So
right now.
single
Look at their
save rather.
faces.
They were not putting up a big
Oh my
defensive effort.
god.
But now it's time for Eclipse to talk to the guys. Metza's standing up. This is one of the benefits of having everybody in the same room, I think. You can look each other in the eyes. You can see what you want to do. You can talk everything through. You can do just physical demonstrations of, okay, you need to be here. Just that language, that body language you can really give over to your team. You can inspire them. That is Eclipse's job right now. And it's the most important time to do it in a semi-finals.
I would love to know what he is saying now to change that last game. Something definitely shifted in favour of Carmine Corp. But I mean, to be fair to Carmine Corp, even when Endpoint were all over them, they've kept trying to do the same thing, sticking to their game plan, knowing that eventually these solo plays are going to work. The boost steals will embed them in the Endpoint half.
Dude, Carmine is doing
And in
so good. Look at them. They're all
comparison,
smiley and
Carmine Corp
happy.
very stoic. They're looking calm, they're looking chill, not too, when they're winning, not too emotional. Can they just ride this one home, Stumpy?
I think one thing on Carmine Corp's mind right now is that against a team that you would say they need to be beating every single time, Williams resolved yesterday, it went to 7 when it really felt like they were romping home with it, right? The fact that now this is only 3-2 in favour of Carmine Corp, it's got to be a thought of they're not out by any means. You cannot count anybody out at this stage. And I think they know that. They need to make sure that they are staying very realistic with their expectations. This is the only game where either team has run away with it, and it was still only 2-0. That's how close this has been so far. It's going to be hard for them. They are going to be having to play their game to every single level.
If Carmine wins this, that's it.
Because I am very impressed with every player on the pitch right now.
I said it earlier, and I'll say it again, the last time these guys played, it was in the Invitational qualifier, and it went all the way to game 5 in a best of 5 overtime. So these guys have history of going the distance. Are we going to see them do it again now? We're on to Neo Tokyo in game 6. Carmine Corp could win it right here.
It's already that offense coming out as well for Carmine Corp. As we said earlier, Endpoint wanted to be the aggressive team immediately, but one of the biggest differences in that game number 5 was that Carmine Corp, they were the aggressive team. Straight out the gate, they got boost control, they got so many bumps in the back line that Endpoint did not know what to do. They were not expecting it. If that's the winning formula, then they're
Tachi,
starting
that good
well.
ball
But
control.
Endpoint has started to turn the tide.
Astral's got it.
Seconds,
We're good.
But both teams are fully level pegging.
Endpoint looking more disciplined in this game as well, not trying to force things. Maybe that's what Eclipse was saying, that they just need to make sure that they are taking the opportunities just to chill and relax, just for a split second when they can and pick up boost. Moving too far forward is always going to backfire. This should be a relatively simple save for Relating Wave. A man of his qualities not only gets the save, but then gets a second touch as well from the backboard. And that brings in Steiko. Metanoris is just waiting to see what happens. Steiko follows it himself, but Astral booms it all the way home.
Metanoris also followed it himself and stayed with the demo. both Staker and Stake removing each other. Mutually assured destruction does not lead to any goals. With Astro one flip reset, can't quite get the second. Will Staker move up? He does. Stake up so early to block that out.
That's what you want as a third man. You want them to be brave and their decision making to be quality. And that's what Stake is offering Carmine Corp, time and time again. They just know that if the two of them get in trouble, he'll be there to bail him out. What have you seen?
So I did not see that Relating Wave was back there, and I thought that Stake had just straight up backflipped and it was a fully open net. But he must have seen that Wave was there and was going to beat him to that ball. So my oh no was undeserved.
For official reasons, Bumpy Goblin retracts his oh no.
I'm so sorry for my oh no. I did not mean to do it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Here's Relating Wave up towards Astral. Relating Wave should beat Stake, he does. And there's 100 boost, not for him, but for Stako.
That's hot. That's a demo, boys. That's a demo. Come on. Get the first point. Discourage the shit out of them.
Much boost, and what a touch as well. Oh, a round of applause for Relating Wave. What defensive play that was.
I would have loved to
Come on. Astral's up. Astral's up.
Because he was just left
Sit mid.
dry after
Itachi, you're third.
Touches. It was still just him. He had about 30 minutes to say, hey guys, just need a hand or one of his teammates to come in to actually help out. That does mean that, thankfully, Casey did not score off it for endpoint stake, but also I do worry that endpoint are going to be not necessarily on the same page for these plays, but with that casting, every single one of those thoughts
that sucks,
has been banished from my mind.
Yeah, they really needed that one, their first goal in the last couple of games, and
Astral's kind of upset about it, but
nice pass, but you'd expect
yeah, it's just going to kick him into high gear.
Back post a little bit more. He went central too quickly, made the save as difficult as possible for himself, and it didn't work. Stako scores.
Yeah, Stako going straight over the top of Astral is a very clever decision. Put it in front of him, he can save it. Put it behind him, that's ideal. But over the top, it's such an awkward position to find yourself in. Really good spot from him. And endpoint now taking the lead, and a really, really good time to do it as well.
It's a series that deserves game 7, but Carmine Corp will surely disagree. As Itachi goes on, trying to dunk Relating Wave on his own backboard. He's going again, getting so, but he's mushing that on the ceiling to try and get some distance. And he goes halfway in the end, fire another touch, and Stake winning again the pre-jump. So fast to react. He tries to take a nibble off of Relating Wave as he goes out, but Relating Wave dodges it, and we've got some relaxed play for a little while.
Seiko's trying to go for a lot of these fancy flip reset plays, and I think, especially considering the talent that is on KC, they're all respecting that any one of them could find their way in. They know what Astro is capable of. Seiko is capable of just as much. Two players on that backboard will stay the ball away instead of Relating Wave, or could be flips on the side so Astro can clear. Metanoris keeping that pressure on the orange half. They are overwhelming the defense right now. Itachi going for a wild jump. Stake up early, does land on the backboard to clear it away. But endpoint just continuing to put the pressure on. That is just over the top.
Oh!
Again! Stako's snapshots can only boom against the crossbar, but endpoint still has the attack. There's Metanoris, and he beats one of the KC defenders for pace, and he scores it.
Come on, Carmine. You need this game. And this game alone to matter.
It low for Metanoris, and he goes over the top of both Astral and Stake this time. 2 goals clear. KC got to this position last game, and they won it out. Endpoint begging for that game 7.
Good plays. Oh, not good. Stake, why'd you go up for that?
Sort of the hit, buccaneering Fennec right there, hitting that ball. There's nothing's going to happen from it. Astral is beaten down by Metanoris. Stake there towards the backboard, just trying to...
Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, what a good bump! What a good bump! Oh my god, what a good bump! Oh my god, I kicked my fucking table and everything!
Suddenly it gets really nervy for endpoint. They have to stand up and be counted here. They cannot defend for the next 40 seconds and expect to steal this one away by 2 goals to 1. Stake towards the backboard, his Relating Wave. Massive clearance. Exactly what endpoint needed. Itachi's touch only as far as Stako was trying to slow things down again, but Astral's 50-50 game right there is too strong. It's good shepherding from Relating Wave. Good change of pace, but Stake with another massive pre-jump. It's just trying to get Carmine Corp involved. 10 seconds left.
Final 10 seconds until Game 7 and Champions Field is loaded up on all these guys' computers.
You guys can still do it. You guys can still do it. That's a no.
Especially as Relating Wave removes Itachi.
No!
Over the top of the final defender and below the crossbar.
Damn it!
Seiko makes it 3, and Game 7 between Endpoint and KC is here.
The Yeehaw is having a great time, and we all are as well. Game 7 is upon us. We said a very long time ago that this just felt like a series that was going to go all the way. It has not disappointed up to now. 5 minutes, Stumpy. Separate these two teams in BDS. Which
Come on,
one
Carmen
is
Corp.
going to take that opportunity?
Come on, Carmine.
Oh, that is just an utterly impossible question.
It's
and
rhetorical,
I quite
don't worry.
frankly despise you for asking me that.
Rhetorical.
They are separated by a hair's width, and I have no idea who is tipping the post. It's just both teams throwing everything that they have possibly got at this semi-finals. The first regional, we've said how important it is for teams just to make it past the Swiss to secure those points. If you can get to that grand finals, you're locking in even more vital points. So when it comes to the major, when it comes to Worlds, that may well separate you. This individual game here, the next 5 minutes, could be the difference between watching at home in your pants or being on the big stage.
It's been so long since Team Endpoint made a final in the RLCS X and Beyond era. It has happened all the way back in full. Can they do it again right here, right now? Will Carmine Corp manage to break their hearts? We go to Game 7 and we've started with a little bit of Endpoint pressure, which Carmine Corp are just relieved to see squeeze into the opposite corner, but Astral's missed there. That put him in trouble.
Seiko to receive that ball, goes onto the back ball with not too much boost. We'll get another touch, nice and low, but Stake has changed his card design, but stays with the... No, before he was with the Fennec, I believe.
No, he was in the Stake was in the Fennec, Itachi was in the Marauder, Astral
No.
and the Mantis.
Was Stake in an Octane? Regardless, he's changed card design, that's thrown me. But something has changed for Stake. He wants to have the fortunes reversed. For that last game, losing 3-1 was not good enough for him.
I could be about to enrage everybody, but I'm pretty sure he was using a Fennec, but probably a different design, you're right. Yeah, it's more golden now. Anyway, hasn't led to any goals so far, golden or otherwise. Astral takes a quick shot and relating wave of Metanoris. Been teammates for a long time, but still getting in each other's way in defense. That's an old Endpoint problem, potentially rearing its ugly head when it matters most. The Tachi slows down in the air, and Stake is going to get bounced here. Stake has a chance to get past him. The Stake managed to get in the way in the end.
I actually think that touch from Relating Wave helped Stake out a lot, because no longer was it travelling behind him,
Yeah.
it ended up falling just in front, and so he could take control. But Wave trying to get, again, one of those awkward touches. Not all of them will be the perfect touch. That's not the nature of them. It's to make the game more chaotic and for you to exist in the chaos.
Metanoris tries to chaos his way through Astral there by dunking him in the sky.
I think Carmine's got this.
That's
They're
what the
playing at a
falls
whole
down to
different
is
level
now
right
on the
now.
Right wing. He's got no boost, but Endpoint don't necessarily know that. They have to stay just as brave against him though, even if he does or doesn't. Tachi there. In the centre. Very booming here so far, Stumpy. I feel like we're at a point where we're afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah, may well start to be a little bit cagey, but I think as soon as one goal goes in, we're going to see the agility of all of these players start to be showcased. Just flying around the pitch
this isn't
and
good.
trying to get little touches, and something brilliant is going to happen. But both defenses so far staying really nice and firm. Not too many shots even going on target. 3 in total in the first half of this game. That is how much
Come on,
this
guys, keep
midfield
that
pressure
solid
has been
offense.
vital.
Tachi tries to block Metz and gets him, but Seiko helps out. Astral there onto the backboard, and Relating Wave is there, and you're dead on Stumpy as well with the tactics. So much more often now, we're seeing 2 men in defence, staying right back there, prepared for the booming clear, not giving away anything. And now Endpoint have a chance. Metanoris, a few touches over, gets one more, then gets out of the way to let in Seiko. Itachi rises quick and fast, and booms it clear.
That ball surrendered to the Carmine Corp defense, as now Metza on the other side of the pitch has to defend himself. Astral to get the 50 and Itachi to go high on the back ball, but with Relating Wave waiting and go for the pinch. There it is. Can go below Itachi. But Astral brilliant positioning to continue this play.
You guys need to pass more.
Leaves it to the young Frenchman.
That's what I'm seeing. You guys aren't passing enough.
We'll call it a clever fake to be nice at this highly tense point in this series. Astral
Good
with a
play,
clean touch.
Astral.
On forward to Seiko. This could be dangerous. Stake has to avoid the bump, which Metanoris was no doubt trying to wind up, but couldn't quite get there. And now here is Metz. He's got boost. He goes solo, gone for a few of these so far this game. And then in goal! Woo! By Itachi.
Tell you what, we've seen so many of those plays where the starting player will start to go slow, and then a nippy little teammate is going to come in from below and actually go for the real shot. The selling the first shot is so important, and it nearly works. Meta up for one, down for the second, but a great backboard block.
I tell you what, Meta Norris.
Damn it, Sake! What are you doing?
Shot, and it's 1-0 endpoint.
Absolutely jubilant cameras over on Endpoint side.
Sake!
More talk from Eclipse. More talk from every single one of those players.
Steak, you
And they
can't
know
be doing
that
this in this late of the
75
frickin'
seconds
series.
separates them
Dude,
from
not screw
200
me.
points or a potential
I need one of my
300
teams to win
more.
today.
Who else but Steiko as well to score the goal that Endpoint so desires? Stake wants to tee in Itachi, but it's just behind him. Carmine Corp did this yesterday. They had 50 seconds to equalise in Game 7. Now they've got a little bit more than that. They started off at this one with about a minute and 15 seconds, but can they do it? Relating wave sends them right back. Itachi's read is so awkward. Goes again, calls off Stake well. Stake is going to be going to action now, but Seiko just more touches on the KC half. They're struggling to get rid of it until
That's
Ashley
it?
gets a dribble. And Seiko shoot wide.
Staker has to send it as far as he can, but with Itachi shooting on net, he has to stay vigilant. Does not manage to get the best flick ever, and so Astral and Staken line up. Meta with a bump, leaves it to Itachi, sends to the corner. That's
Come on!
the shot being blocked out. The shielding of that blue net is sublime.
There's more defending to do now though. Stake up against Itachi. There's no one there. Stake had to rotate out. It's a shot on for Metzger Norris. Not quite. The pass was just a little bit in front of him. 13 seconds left. Here's Stake. He gets a flip towards Itachi. There's a pass here. Itachi's there. He's going for a bump. Stake shot.
No! No! No, 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 no!
Relating wave.
No, no, no!
Fuck. Position I have seen in this series so far. Has a bump coming in, has a shot, and yet he jumps high, heads low, and pinches it into the corner. Gorgeous defense from him. Endpoint CEX defeat Carmine Corp in 7 games.
Fucking Steak, dude. Get him off the team. Get him the fuck out of here.
Endpoint make their first grand finals since RLCS X's full regional 3.
Get Steak the fuck out of here. Get him off the team. Get him off the fucking team.
What a win for Endpoint CEX.
That's the statement series. We made our
Get Steak
the
off the
day saying
fucking
our Carmine
team.
Corp were pretty much in our top 3 time and time again. They did excellently today.
One job.
That is something to
Don't
be proud
put
of. Yes,
pressure on
that
that.
top 4 in the first massive event that you're playing in the RLCS, the first regional, and yet Endpoint come in. Relating Wave said don't doubt.
Fucking
us.
Steak.
Haters.
Right here. All Steak's fault.
That is something that they have proven today. I am just in love with how Endpoint are starting to play today. Every single thing that they're going for is just working near flawlessly.
Yeah, and you just know they are going to go toe to toe with Team BDS. This is a roster that is showing absolutely no
Oh, guys, it's
fear
been fun.
at all.
I think that's it.
Endpoint are desperate for this one.
See you guys
They've
later.
got BDS to go
Bye.
through the grand finals. Don't go